draft. We got about 5 bans so far. Lena ban, Morphling ban, Enchant, Chen, and Jaro. We've seen a lot of Leshrax you were talking about. Who is the other hero? Ember Spirit, again, being played. I feel like we've seen a lot of enchants today.
Yeah. A lot of people are picking enchanters with ET, and then you get the vision from the spirit, so that they can get a lot of impetus off.
Do you guys see why it's important to mute chat wheels now?
Mute? Yes.
That last like 20 seconds is why sometimes it's nice to mute chat wheels. I forgot to turn off the in-game HUD thing, I think, actually. Nice, I can still do it. Alright guys, close your eyes really quick. In-game. You saw nothing. Okay, we're good. IO. Okay, yeah. I mean, it was being. I never caught the carry game, unfortunately, but I've played against it a few times. It's really annoying.
They did carry again today against VP.
Do they still go? Do they open Helm of the Dominator like normal?
Yes.
So I had one game where I played against it, and I had a Midas, and I was thinking like, I feel like one counter you could do is just save your Midas, go gank him, and just blow up his creep with the Midas, and then just kill him. Because like in that moment, if depending on where you fight him, obviously, if it's like a jungle or if it's far from a creep wave, he loses his mobility. I mean, you could still tether to like an ally potentially, but I feel like that's like a small window that you could potentially use to like bust his momentum potentially.
It's also, you're not gonna, you see your creep get Midas, and you're not gonna instantly be like, oh, I need a new creep. You know, be ready to do it. I don't think the Wisp is gonna prepare, but you don't want to waste your Midas timing as well, because you lose gold and XP if you save it for ganking a Wisp.
I mean, maybe I just got snowballed really hard, so all I cared about was like I gotta kill him at least like once or twice to like counter snowball or something. But at that, I don't know, it was just something that came to me. Might be worth doing. Maybe there's another hero that could be better at it. Like Lifestealer would be an easy one, Infest the Creep,
Yeah.
or Doom could eat it. Maybe.
Yeah, I
There's
think
probably
those are more
easier.
classic combos.
Yeah, easier counters.
SD has been like picked crazy a lot. I think it's the third most picked hero, and it has a crazy win rate too. It's around like 60% win rate.
There's a lot of
So
strength heroes being picked.
it's something what Liquid really needs right now because they're not doing so hot.
Yeah, do they need these wins, right? I think they can still get upper bracket if they.
Let's pull up the numbers. They haven't been doing super well, I know.
They have to win, and they need like the other teams to lose. But I think like some momentum is what they need, some confidence. So like these wins, even if they don't get them to the winner bracket, I'm sure it's gonna boost their morale up a lot.
Yeah, confidence is really key for playing well as a team. So Kunkka is picked a lot as a 3 and a 2. Some teams even have ran at 4 and 5. So interesting to see what Alliance does. I think they're probably going to most likely put it on mid or offline. I don't think they're going to put it on support.
Yeah, Kunkka had a really high win rate too. I'm excited to see that hero too.
So current standings, Alliance and Liquid have played the same amount of matches. They both played 5 sets. Liquid is sitting at 3 points, so they've got 3 wins total, and Alliance is sitting at 5 wins. So hypothetically, after this match, we could see Liquid take a 2-0 and be at equal points as Alliance. That would actually be really huge for them because they're sitting at second bottom of the group. Chaos is below them with equal amount of matches, 2 less wins. So I don't think Liquid is threatened probably to getting bottom and being eliminated pre main stage, but I mean every win is huge here. They're definitely underperforming. That's absolutely true. So gotta get them W's.
Yeah, a 2-0 for Alliance is really good for them to stay in the upper bracket.
Yeah, they're on the verge right now. They're actually a 3-way tie with 5 points. Alliance, Mineski, and Newbie right now. So it could be very different for them for their hopes if they get a 2-0 here. They'd be up 7 points. That would put them in 3rd place, having played 1 extra set than TNC. So yeah, upper bracket, decent chance if they get the 2-0. But they got to contend with LGD and Secret, who are just probably going to stay on top.
So Elk got banned. It's a little later. Most people ban Elk in the first phase, but neither team picked it, so you have to take it out now if you don't want it yourself. Hero's way too strong right now.
What about Dark Willow? Dark Willow's kind of creeping up. Taiga obviously has been playing it a lot. I think he's playing it excellent whenever I watch him play it. But other teams experimenting. I shouldn't even say experimenting. It's like Dark Willow's good again, maybe. All the other supports got nerfed enough, perhaps.
EG utilized it with the Morphling yesterday in their match against Vici. And he was game 1, I believe, and it was really good. So I think Dark Willow can combo with Morphling, but I think as itself, it's a really open 4 that you can pick. It's going to help secure your offlane. The root cooldown's really low now. It scales well, gives you pickoffs, can give you a really good roach fight. So I think it's just kind of a stable hero that teams are going to feel comfortable picking early.
Alliance did it earlier today too, I think.
Alliance is that's like one of their most comfortable heroes for first phase. They've picked it like first almost every game that's open.
Morphling or Dark Willow?
Dark Willow.
Okay.
I would be surprised if you're not gonna see Oracle from Alliance. They have a lot of single target from Liquid, and in Zania, Oracle is one of his best support heroes. And save is really good against Beastmaster and Mirana, like those like killing stuns, disabling it. It's really good. So
You don't think Shadow Demon matters?
Because it's
no,
like
it
it's kind of
doesn't matter.
it's a hard counter, isn't it? Because if you demonic purge the guy, then it dispels Purifying Flames right away, dispels Fate's Edict. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe pick a Shadow or pick a Batten. Same thing, you can dispel the arrow in Beastmaster Roar, but it's the same thing. It's like your shield literally would do nothing.
It would purge.
It would. Okay, you're right. It would do the dispel, but you wouldn't get the shield aspect. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
SD
so maybe a
versus
Batten's better, but
yeah, SD versus Oracle. It is SD heavily SD favored, but since Liquid, all their team fight is about like getting one pickoffs, Beastmaster Roar, Mirana stun. That's basically their team fight so far. Ooh,
Ooh,
Jackiro.
okay. So Secret earlier today played Jackiro mid. Have you ever played it before, Gunnar?
Maybe once, but
So when I was busy losing my core MMR because it got matched to my support MMR, where it shouldn't have been, I played Jackiro mid, and I just maxed Dual Breath and Liquid Fire. So basically every time they come up to the wave, you're like, here's 500 magic damage every 10 seconds. You like blast the waves. It was against a Naga. He couldn't do shit for me against me for like 20 minutes. I take his tower super early, then you just go to the next lane, just tower, and you just turn it into like team fight items. It feels really good, honestly. I don't know if they're gonna do it here, but
It should be a 5. It's a really good lane support against Beastmaster, and I think that's why they picked it.
think about it, dude. It's pretty good.
think about it. It's really good with Kunkka as well. You have a nice
Setup.
area you're going to set up your Ice Path. He can torrent, and then as the torrent's going to end, you just Ice Path, Macro Pyre before, and you get a lot of damage done. It's also decent with the Dark Willow. If he fears, you know they're going to run in a straight line towards the
Yeah,
fountain, so
that's
you
a
can
good
get a good Ice Path setup. So it has some nice combos, but I think like Febby said, it's mostly about the Beastmaster lane. They need something to help kill these summon units, such like the boar.
Every hero on their team actually has like tons of area control. It's kind of cool to think. It's like every team fight's just gonna be like navigating a maze, basically.
Yeah, there's going to be brambles, X's, torrents, Ice Paths, Macro Pyre.
Yeah, it's a lot.
This Mirana is going to have a hard time leaping because there's so many things that cancel his leap right now.
That's true. Murado does feel so good right now, though.
Yeah.
Just watching players use it. Once I realized that the arrow damage is like, was it like almost 200 damage at level 1 if you land like a decent distance arrow? For 1 skill point, it's kind of bonkers how good that is.
Yeah. It'll probably be a 4 Mirana, I think, and then he's going to stay off the map, and whichever lane the Shadow Demon it is in, if he ever shows up there, it's almost a free kill, Disruption and Arrow. But him being off map also threatens the off lane and the mid lane, so I think most likely he's going to run it as some GH Mirana. And the last 2 picks are a little scary.
So what's like the biggest thing that Brood wants to worry about here? They've already got Kunk on their team.
Yep.
Enemy team is Ember Spirit, so it's probably going to be Ember against him. Do you think that's just going to be the matchup? Like, what do you think's scary about the bans?
Usually what teams have been doing is they either pick Kunkka and then ban Tiny, or they ban Kunkka and pick Tiny. The only third hero is Mars that people have been scared of as a Brood player,
Which got banned?
which should get banned.
Team Liquid needs something like a team fight slash a carry that can kind of save their picks right now, because I feel like they're heavily gonna be out team fought.
I don't think this is going to be a Nisha Ember. I think it's going to be mid one Ember. So they're most likely going to pick more some hard carry, and they're just going to give the Ember the mid matchup versus Brood, which should be a evenish lane, but the Brood's going to free farm.
Well, it feels like they need a BKB hero to me against like Kunkka, Dark Willow, Jackiro. Is there anything that perfectly encompasses the old team fight, hard carry, BKB?
I'm thinking of Spectre. It doesn't fit the BKB category, but it
Sounds
fits
okay to
the
me.
other two.
Pretty tanky. They're pretty burst focused. They're not like super hard carry right now, but
It could be a good lifestealer game.
wait, that kind of solves it, right?
It gives you built-in BKB. Doesn't give you much team fight, but it's really good against Kunkka and all these supports. You kind of get on them, you open wounds them, they go down.
What about like Jug or something?
Jug could be okay. I think Jug's not great against Broodmother. Your Omni, if you don't have Battle Fury, will jump on the spiders
Hmm.
and kind of get wasted. I think the Lifesaver is probably the best solution right now, unless Alliance picks some crazy thing.
Is that the first PL pick?
I believe so.
Why would you pick PL against Ember? Is this bonkers? I mean,
Yes.
Febby did point out they had a lot of single target, but like, they're just screaming like, "Please buy Battle Fury," right?
The Battle Fury build actually doesn't scale that early. It's more better you get some like Maelstrom BKB Radiance and then start going more physical as the game goes later.
Single
Maybe it's a
target
brute.
physical or
I think like Deso, Battle Fury, then Daedalus as your last 3 items on the
gotcha
Ember.
as like a solution against all the
Yeah.
illusions.
Unless Miracle plays the Ember, I doubt we'll be seeing any early Battle Free on Ember.
Yeah, I mean it's not great to rush, I suppose. Almost nobody rushes Battle Fury anymore. Just AM. Timbersaw last pick. Another good way to deal with it. Lots of AoE. He can lane against the Brood, be invulnerable. Basically, yeah, it is going to be Weehaw Timbersaw. It's an old throwback to, you could say, the TI6 run for Weehaw.
Yeah, even on a Planet Hod, Weehaw was playing it a lot.
That's true. Although I should say that the game that he played it at TI6, he did not do very well. I seem to remember his skill build was real wacky.
Wasn't it more Moo that played it?
Yeah, you're right.
On the team.
Actually, you're completely right. It was Moo more, but Weehaw did play a one game. I think he had like some weird stuff going on. Oh, but yeah, in later months he was really excellent at the hero. So Mickey is going to be playing the Phantom Lancer. If I remember correctly, PL was like one of the 8 heroes that wasn't picked day one. I assume this is the first one, but I might be wrong. But they have lots of little things to kill, and Timber and Ember will be decent at killing them.
Mike's mid game is going to be rough, I think, against the Ember and the Timber. Unless it's like 5-6 slot items, it's gonna have a hard time in the team fight.
Like, why is PL so weak right now? Just feels like you need, what, at least level 7 till you can lane as a harasser.
I feel like his HP is too low right now, so he needs at least like BKB, Heart, Scotty, one of those 3 before he can like properly team fight.
Or at least level 15, right? Like, when you hit 15, it's okay, because you get the health
Yeah,
tower.
you get to health
But,
at 15.
but before that, it just feels really rough to fight more than like 10 seconds, I feel like.
Also, if the Ember gets this like Maelstrom timing and this BKB timing, the PL can't do anything. You can't doppel out of root. So I think the PL is a little weak this game, but I think this Brood is going to be the bigger hero for Alliance to carry. And like we saw yesterday, Alliance is really good around playing this Koifa Brood. So I do actually still favor the Alliance draft purely because of the Brood Mother.
Weehaw on Timbersaw, it looks like he's going to try to fight against the Boxy Kunkka, because Timber is really great against strength cores. And Ember Fear is okay against Brood. Like, Brood will farm too, like Gunnar said, but Ember will have a great time.
We got some chat will in this game, guys.
Yeah? You like some good chat wheels?
I mean, it makes it difficult to complete full sentences sometimes when there's chat wailing this much, but
I think you just talk over it.
it sometimes works, yeah.
So the lanes look like it's going to be a Timber solo bot as of now. They're going to try to match it up versus Kunkka. Obviously, that's a good Timber lane. The Ember versus Brood mid, I think, is a little interesting. I've seen the matchup go both ways heavily. The Ember has really low armor, so if the Brood gets a fast medallion, he can kind of get pressured. But most of the time, they will just trade farm. And then top, it looks like it might be a tri-lane versus tri-lane right now for Liquid.
Oh, the Hawk saw Insania put down that ward. It's
Oh,
gonna
nice.
be pretty nice for Liquid supports.
Yeah, especially against the tri-lane, right? So it'll be easier for them to sneak to the sides, land arrows, that kind of a thing. Do they have Ascent? They don't actually.
I think
But-
they are buying it on the chicken. Yeah,
Yep, it's coming.
it's really a good experience for the supports. That's the best part, I think.
How much towards level 2 do you get?
It's 100 XP.
Okay.
Which is a little under half of the level.
That's not bad. Does it split it with AoE?
It does.
Whoever's okay.
So
You could get it solo if you want, but
Yeah.
I mean either way.
they
it's-
probably should give it to maybe the Beastmaster solo. You can get Aura, and then since it's a tri-lane, it's really strong.
So the main reason why Liquid is considered to be like the best early game team, like I
God.
remember Naha saying it a few years ago, or like 1 year ago, it's because Kuroki and whoever's lane support. Wait.
Jackiro,
Oh, the arrow just missed. So as I was saying, Kuroki is really good at identifying the kill lanes, whether it was like Jerax or GH. Yeah.
Well, it was a kill lane until they missed the arrow.
Yeah. I mean, they could have done so much damage. That would have been at least like a salve worth of heal on
Yeah.
Jackiro that he would have taken if he gets arrowed there.
He might
So-
even go down to the Borso.
Yeah, maybe.
So this PL is going to have to spear, get a bunch of creeps with it for the early game. He's already used 2 spears, and he's at 6 CS, so this lane's going well for him. And bot, the Timber is actually kind of suffering. This Kanka is completely free farming.
We talked.
Timber should have suffered more, but Taiga wasted a lot of time trying to kill the chicken. Now he's coming back to the lane, but
And once Timber hits like level 2 or level 3 especially, he just feels invulnerable.
yeah, and he's gonna get a lot of experience here for free. So Taiga kind of screwed up, but what can you do?
Courier Snipe can really change the game a lot of times too.
Yeah, especially since it's this Brood Ember matchup. If this Ember doesn't have the regen, I think Brood would just snowball over him.
So you know what actually kind of ruined it was that the fact that the Hawks on the place the ward, they brought the sentry top instantly. Whereas normally if they weren't guaranteed on the ward, they would have sent the courier mid. So
Ah, yeah.
in some ways it's just a little bit unfortunate how that played out for Alliance there.
But he missed a crucial timing to pressure the Timber bottom. Now
Yeah.
he's gonna get the level 2 reactive armor, so the support cannot do anything against him.
Yeah, he's got 13 armor here, 16 HP per second, hasn't used a single tango yet. 2 minutes in.
Now he's just gonna TP top, Taiga.
Sure,
Try
sure.
lane top.
I think this Trilance should still be Liquid favorite. Oh, that was nice by Mika.
This is why they picked the Phantom Lancer.
Good teamwork, good teamwork. Mika saves Insania there.
So
Yeah.
the main issue with that is he can't do it for himself if the arrow's timed
True.
properly. But it kind of actually defends his supports. That's actually really smart.
So is this justified enough for picking the PL? I mean, he can block the arrow with the illusion without threatening his hero. Does that make it all worth it? Could he?
It is really great against SD, Mirana, and Beastmaster, but I don't think it was great against Ember pick. So Ember and Timber.
There's a lot of stuff you can do a similar thing with. Like even with
Lifestealer,
Lifestealer, you
yeah.
can rage walk in front, jug, you can spin walk in front.
That's kind of a lot of resources, but
tank this arrow should be good in this type of lane.
well, it's cool. At least we'll see how it works out later. Maybe his PL negatives will be too much later on in the match, but perhaps not. We'll see. It's always cool to see like the meta develop halfway through the tournament, like where people realize, okay, Mirana's super good. Rather than banning it, maybe we just get some random hero pick that deals with it. And maybe this will justify. Maybe GH won't get any kills in the laning stage. And as a result, his impact as a Mirana 4 is just not going to feel as strong. And just like sacrificing by picking that PL carry might end up making it worth it in the end because the 4 isn't as strong. That's always fun to watch in the meta.
That is true, but he's just counting a position 4 when he has to be a game winner. Wait, hold on to that thought as he gets arrowed. The Sword Chancellor does so much, Sword Catcher does so much damage to appear. Wait, but they're juking.
He's gonna
Mika.
find out right now, but it might make mind control go
But
down.
he's gonna get a counter kill on Mind Controller.
GH
GH
might
is
go
gonna
down
get
to the
stunned up too. Oh,
branch
beautiful tree
block.
branch from Mickey.
Okay.
That's a double kill too.
PL bestier, and here's the other counter too. You can doppelganger off Soul Catcher, and it
Yes.
instantly heals you. So it's
That is
like
true, that is true.
So instead of 40% at max level, it's 20%.
yeah, 20, which is still a lot of damage, but the instant dispel is actually quite good.
Yes.
So
But
Alliance, man.
I still do stand by my point that it's not great against Ember and Timbers, and he needs
Yeah.
to be the game winners. And I feel like he's just not the strongest hero in the game right now.
Insania goes down, but PL lived. And that's the bigger picture here.
Yeah, and he got a kill, dude. That's sick. Ember is doing pretty well. 39 last hits and 2 denies. So basically, him and Brood are just trading.
Yeah, Brood's almost gonna level up on him right at this point. But Ember, anytime he gets a free lane, it's really good for him. The hero, like I have said earlier, his laning stage is really weak. So anytime he gets this nice early game, he is able to rotate around the map, make a lot of space for his team.
It was really nicely done by Boxy there. Just finds the Timber, gives him the X that guarantees he gets both bounty runes.
I was kind of watching his lane too. He's just been cutting against the Timber, so Timber did not have any chance to use that Whirling Death on
Yeah.
the Kunkka.
Which is so good against melee heroes. Like what Febby means by cutting, like if Boxy wants to come get these last hits, then Weehawk can do this, run after him, use his spells. But if he just runs behind the tower and kills the creep wave, then he doesn't have to worry about Weehawk ever threatening his life like this. Weehawk can basically just dive and do whatever the heck. He still doesn't use a single tango this game. It's
Yeah, well.
really giving him the chase here.
Nice torrent. He's gonna catch up on Weeha, but
Doesn't
he
matter.
doesn't take damage.
Oh, that's his first tango, dude. Pressured.
Yeah.
He only has 2 points in the reactive, so he actually does take some damage from the tower.
Yeah, he does. I don't know. The dragon exploded, man. Oh, here he is.
It looks like the good disruption into arrow combo killed him off. But I don't know. I kind of didn't like the Kunkka going for the boundaries because now he's got a lane against the Timber. You know.
Instead of like going for the backline. He might try to for a
Oh,
kill here.
wait
We'll
a
see if he's
second.
successful.
Oh, Weeha with a perfectly timed Timber chain.
The
Gets
X was
out.
a little early. You can X during the actual movement of the chain, it'll cancel it. But if the chain hasn't latched and he gets pulled back, it won't cancel the chain.
It looks like Miracle is rotating top here. GH is the arrow. This doesn't even need disruption. Miracle wants more though. He's looking for Taiga. They're gonna get 2 alliance supports while Mickey lives.
So they countered the combo a little bit, but eventually they find openings, and these deaths are going to mean that Mickey's not going to be able to defend.
I remember casting yesterday about this Ember Broodmother matchup too, and that time wait. Mind Control gets Cursed Crown. He's gonna get
They
stunned.
TP the
Would there be
Kunkka
any
top as
follow-up?
well. Nice root on the Beastmaster, but Disruption is going to stop some damage. Boats on flow for 8 seconds, but I think Mind Control is going to go down here.
Miracle's Flame Guard is going to be up. He wants more. He's going in. He's burning Taiga up. Taiga is invulnerable right now, but he's still gonna get burned up a little bit.
Tiger's going to go down, but
The
the nice
boat
boat's going to
connect?
catch him.
Boat is connect, but
Shattered
will
him.
there be enough damage? Miracle does not have Searing Chain,
He's gonna
so
miss
he's
the
just gonna have
Tidebringer.
to just burn them up.
No one's dying, man. Everyone has 50 HP.
Miracle does have 3 Fire Remnants.
Nice.
Oh.
He dodges the arrow.
That was his own arrow, his own team's arrow. I also was confused though. Great jump there.
Dodges the pullback.
He needed to pump his torrent there for that to be successful, but perfect timing from Miracle reading that animation. And in the meantime, Weeha just standing here hitting buildings.
Now Weeha had to rotate mid because Broodmother was doing a lot of damage mid while the Ember was missing, so Weeha, his rotation to mid was really good.
This Brood is so farmed. 88 CS. That's 8 minutes in the game.
That's
Yeah.
actually insane, yeah. I mean, a lot of that's neutrals probably. No, he's
Yeah.
actually not set up for newts yet. Oh, enemy newts he is.
He's been farming the Radiant jungle.
While all that has been going on, Mind Control kind of caught up on levers at bottom lane too. And what it
Has he?
desperately needed because it was tri-laning top.
I mean, he's only level 5. He's still pretty behind considering he's an off lane, but once he gets 6, he'll be okay. He just needs to get 6 and then turn it into a kill somewhere. Ideally on like Brood or something.
I like how Miracle keeps running at the PL lane.
Just because it forces him out of lane.
Yeah, PL doesn't feel that great jungling before he's 6.
Yeah, it's all he needs to do. This PL, like every time if you follow him before he TPs, the PL ever TPs away from you, you can just continue to
Miracle
chase him.
does have DD for this one.
Oh, jumps at the perfect time once again here. One gets used on Mickey. He's running for his life, but looking like he'll be chased down. Oh, that juke was so sick!
Juke.
Goes down. Miracle doesn't know where he is.
Oh, he will soon.
Nice.
Oh my god. Still
Slight
chasing.
box is gonna
DD
be
is
so low.
scary here. He's got
Still a 10
one,
stick.
dodges the dual breath, and he is completely fine. Man, they just missed a couple too many skills. The Ice Path missed. Ember Spirit. He still wants to chase.
Miracle is creating so much space. Now GH top is very happy. He's close to 6.
The
Can't
double
TP
king.
back bot. He should be fine though. I don't think Miracle will pressure into the tier 2.
Okay, good Ice Path. Dual breath is not going to fully catch him. He's taking some damage here. He doesn't
Still
have
has
any
stick.
fire remnants. Okay, he does now.
He's gonna dodge the stun. Oh, he doesn't care.
It's
He
like-
wants to TP back. Get the full
Oh.
bottle charge and come back.
Yeah, if he doesn't do that, he wouldn't be able to TP back or jump back for free.
Grabbing his nice Beastmaster Vlad's recipe.
What a nice guy, dude.
He doesn't even have it though. He still needs a Morbid Mask.
Just planning ahead.
Disrupt on Boxy.
Miracle's gonna try to chase. They're still gonna get the bounty on Alliance, but this Dark Willow's in trouble right now.
Oh, that was a good double soul catcher.
Foxy,
Boxy might go down.
the Soul Catcher's running out right now. He's gonna get some health back, but the Weehaw catches the Chakra, he's gonna go down right now.
What a good chakram.
Nowhere to run.
He's definitely dead now. God. The pressure just looks so obnoxious. Whirling Death and Soul Catcher, man. How are they supposed to stay alive in these early fights?
Okay, get out of there, man.
Mika is so underfarmed. He's level 5.
They're all just having so much trouble trying to stop this running you.
But guys,
And that was the tier
Spider.
1.
Wow, Miracle is playing amazing. He's just keeping up the pressure for the past 5 minutes. Broodmother lost his tower too because he got pressured so hard, so I saw him coming bottom to kind of like mirror the aggression. But I don't think he should have came because he lost the mid tower.
He does have his Diffusal Blade at least. He could potentially help out in guaranteeing an Ember kill.
Yeah,
Mana drain him.
he is still very farmed.
Is he farmed enough? I don't think so. I think this Ember Timber dual core is so strong right now. This PL is gonna not be a hero for the next 20 minutes at this point now. The Brood doesn't kill this Timber Ember.
Oh wait, we are kind of screwed up the Timber chain here.
They don't have enough damage. I think he might go up.
There is no one charge from Weeha too.
Brood rather. Nice rotation.
It's his first diffuser swing too, so successful.
Only 7 more charges.
And then he has to upgrade it.
Exactly. Now, that was a great rotation though. Killing, you have to kill Timber at least 1 or 2 times in those aggressive movements that he makes. Because if you don't, he's just never going to die. He's always going to be pressuring your towers. And now they buy themselves at least 30 seconds where they can get on the map a little bit.
Yeah, the Timber hero, once he dies once or twice, unless he's really farmed and is playing the map properly, he falls behind and actually starts dying to even like 1 or 2 heroes.
And Kunko picks up his urn now, which was definitely very much needed. If you get Spirit Vessel finished and Timber doesn't have his Dispel option, then he's definitely killable with Spirit Vessel. It helps a lot.
Drums finished on the Ember Spirit.
Is this like a good timing for Drum Ember?
Yeah.
GH is rushing Axe too, so kind of excited about that.
Cool.
Does he have? He has Arcane Boots, so a lot of mana on the Mirana. He's just gonna throw an arrow every couple seconds, hope for a hit.
Typical Timber
excellent.
support movement. The 2 supports smoke behind the Timber.
Because he'll get gone on, and then they can turn things around.
Yep.
Got Kunko coming mid here.
Alliance is
He's got that
biting
sound.
the trap. Croquet is going to be ready.
Ooh, perfect timing.
He's kind of dead. Nice catch on the Shadow Demon.
Uh,
Not
be-
too many heroes there.
Because of
Five
his
heroes.
sacrifice, Timber lived, so I would say it was okay.
I mean, they could have still gotten him for sure if he timed the combo a little bit better. But it's like a mind game, right? Like when is he gonna X exactly? When is he gonna torrent exactly? But Weehaw keeps timing his Timber Chain perfect. Mickey is going for a Manta Rush actually, probably to help get outside of Syrian Chains.
Yeah.
It'll keep his Doppelgang unlocked, but he's gonna be leveling it up pretty late. He's only got 1 point still. So
The Manta also helps you push out lanes because your Manta illusions can obviously create more illusions.
that's a good point.
So if you want to farm on these agility heroes, buying an early Manta, and then farming camps and then shoving the Manta illusions down the lane, is gonna accelerate your GP.
Yeah,
Alliance
and
heroes
safely.
are smoked to try to kill the Timber. We have Timber here. He's got no backups whatsoever. It looks like he's gonna go down.
We've seen this before.
He lived last time.
Yeah, but there's no supports around him, so
Dude, that was a lot of damage. He actually died quite quick that time.
Macro Pyre into a boat. He can't really survive, but the Yule's almost finished on
It's
him now.
really close, 100 gold away. So now he'll be able to protect himself from the X combo, but it's super big that Alliance has been successful now with 2 kills on him.
yeah, that's his second death in a row. Like, bro, I feel like Liquid is just not working together as a team. The 2 supports has to sit behind Timber. He's not that tanky right now, especially the build that is going. He doesn't have the double bracer nor the hood.
Well, I mean, they were there, right? Kuro died, and then he kind of stayed top. So is that still a team issue, or is
Yeah,
that
it is a team.
OE
He
issue?
should
Okay.
he should have waited for the SD.
It's poor spiders.
Ember's really low on mana, but they don't have detection.
Quite kind of in trouble.
Big
huh?
wand charge.
Oh, he's missing, dude.
Oh,
missing
he
this in
should
the
he
Shadow
should go
Demon.
down here. Yeah, he goes down.
I'm sorry, why is he missing?
The Shadow Demon disrupted him, and he has passive on
Oh,
the bird, so
yeah,
the
yes.
illusions were
Gotcha.
incapacitating, biting the own spider.
Bitten by your own.
Some spider and spider action. In the
Messed
meantime,
up.
Croak is getting gone.
Croak is manning off.
Super dead.
Very dead.
Position 5 SD
They give
manning
him the
off like
boat.
that.
They give him a terrorize.
That's where you all chat, right? Only took 5 ultimates to kill me.
I guess it was space for 4 bounty runs.
Mickey in
Mickey
trouble.
is dangerously low.
The Yules just arrived for the Timbersaw.
Wait,
so
is
should
Ria
be
gonna
fine.
die again?
No, he is the Yules.
He is alone.
He might even go for Taiga. This
Wow,
guy's
Miracle-
so cocky
Miracle is
right
coming
now.
out.
Dude, Taiga's felt really vulnerable this game. There's all this like AoE damage basically, so it doesn't matter if he's in Shadow Realm. They just turn on Flame Guard or do like Timber Chain Whirling Death and he dies.
And Foxy almost finishing up the vessel, but are they even gonna have the charges to be able to kill this Timbersaw? He's no charges right now. It's really hard for him to get a kill in the first place.
Guys, remember to do net worth at 15 minutes.
15.
Totally
Is this supposed to be
standard.
10?
Maybe. Yes.
All right.
I love how like Liquid's taking control of the map. GH is just farming top.
Febby,
Mind
yeah,
control
see?
is
Febby
farming
was still on
bottom.
last hits. It's not just me. Why? There you go. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, it's okay.
GH pushing top now.
Yeah, the 2 towers went down. The bottom tier 2 and the top tier 2. Unfortunately, the bottom tier 2 got denied, but it's still okay.
Doesn't it kind of feel like Liquid has the Brood on their team this game?
Yeah.
It's like they're just constantly on the enemy side of the map, messing around.
This
making them
Weehawk
scramble.
Timber is only playing in the web so far. So whenever there's a web, there's a Timber. On that damage.
Oh, it goes both
Damage
ways
on
though.
him.
Yeah, does have to be careful here.
He had to be careful.
It's good. Yule's is such a good Timber item actually, because it's great at allowing you to set up your combos. But if in that kind of a moment there, once you use it offensively, it's just you're sitting duck afterwards.
Even using it defensively this game is really scary. If he Yules, they can torrent time, they can ice path, they can Bramling maze on top of it.
Yeah, they can even do like terrorize or something.
Bedlam,
There's so many
terrorize,
options. Yeah.
I just feel like we are committing too much for like these kills. He has to feel happy just by bringing Alliance heroes over, cause GH is free farming, Ember's free farming, Beastmaster's free farming. All he has to do is not die.
Koifa's gonna get a little smacked by the Miracle Ember, but Miracle's queuing up a Radiance. Like I said, I think that's kind of the more standard build. And BKB is also decent this game. But if he's really confident,
Oh, he's going in.
he's
Beeves.
just gonna go Radiance.
He only has 1
Oh,
render.
the root.
Would that be enough? Do they have damage?
They do have the damage.
Taiga does have Bedlam coming over. Oh, poor Kuroki looks like he's gonna die too.
It does look like.
Rhea is dusted up.
We have
Boxing gets
X'd up.
the
He has
X.
a Yule still. He's gonna Yule dodge the torrent, but we're gonna have
It's
another
back.
X coming up soon.
Yeah,
No
the
mana on
Spirit
Beastmaster.
Vessel is not gonna.
Yo, X is a good skill.
8-second cooldown.
Guys, just saying. Have you guys seen GH or Mind Control in these fights?
I haven't. Where is he?
No, they're just farming off.
Look
like,
how far, dude. Look at the net worth though. He's actually quite farmed this game. Like pretty much everybody this game. The top 7 are all within pretty close net worth.
Yeah, GH and Mind Control is just farming off in the side lanes.
But if GH showed up to these fights, dude, you probably have the same net worth as the Dark Willow.
That's what I
what's
mean.
more important?
That's what I mean by like Liquid not playing like a team. I feel like the 3 people that's drawing aggression, they shouldn't commit too hard, or like GH should communicate, or like they should be communicating. I feel like these deaths are not worth it. They're giving like Alliance to a chance to catch up.
Are they though? Cause I mean Ember's still farming really well. I guess like they're not blowing them away right now in net worth. That's true.
Yeah, imagine if they didn't die, the Alliance networks would be a lot lower.
All right. What about the fact that they have 2 really good counters to the cores of Alliance though? Like they've got the Ember against Phantom Lancer, they've got Timber against Phantom Lancer and against Brood. It feels like they have good heroes.
But the problem is that those 2 keeps dying like in the past 5 minutes. Miracle, Ember, and Timber. Their items, I feel like they can be like 1 item ahead right
So
now.
do you think that they need to be ahead in farm to be competitive against those heroes, even though they have the matchup?
They can be around even farm, but there's a point where this PL doesn't care about the Ember anymore.
Yeah.
If the Ember doesn't start changing into physical build later in the game,
If
if he gets a heart and a satanic, most likely, his PL level 20-25, he has a low doppel, you just can kill
Oh,
him.
good catch.
Nice terrorize. He's gonna go down again. Liquid's playing
That was
really
sick.
far up on the map.
Did you see how they did that? They did Torrent first, and once the Torrent lands, they guaranteed the Bramble Maze, which guarantees the next follow-up.
Yeah, well played by Alliance. They're utilizing this Kunkka and Dark Willow really well right now.
Yeah, this Observer Wood here spotting him out. 2
Mind
areas.
Control does have Crimson Guard finish now.
They're gonna find Boxy in the river. They're gonna get a nice 5-second arrow on him.
My God.
Timber does a lot of damage to Strength Hero still.
That was insane, dude. Soul Catcher plus Whirling Death.
Yeah. So I think this Ember might start to struggle soon with damage coming up against his PL. Since his PL has been being able to catch up. He's still 500 net worth below the Ember. He has this Manta now. He's going to start farming a lot more than he has now.
He's almost got 15 talent as well. 275 health will help, and he doesn't have to worry about Syrian Chains really.
Seeing trains as a hero. If you
Oh,
get the
Miracle
rule.
changed his items to yours instead of Radiance. Because it's been
Ooh.
dying too much.
Because the X combo stuff. And
Yeah.
if he goes BKB, he's too like cooldown limited, right?
That's a good news for Pierre.
Anytime the team doesn't buy Radiance against you as a PL, you're gonna feel good.
Yeah, and Ember without Radiance or Battle Fury, he's eventually gonna feel bad against the peer.
Makes me think that if they just didn't succeed in getting 1 or 2 kills against Ember, that Liquid just be running away with this game. Like he'd probably have a
Yeah.
Radiance
Yeah.
soonish.
Yeah, he'd probably have about 1,000, 2,000 more gold, feeling good about himself. You know, it's 5-0 or something.
I just
Winning
feel
the
like
game.
the Timber, not either Timber, Ember, like they should have died less than Mind Control should have died more. Wait, Aurora into arrow combo. They're being up damage. The Macro
Yeah, what-
Fire and the
yeah.
Ice Pad. Oh no,
Boxy?
Boxy's just not casting any
Boxy?
spares.
Almost is. Both gonna be on 2. Dark
Oh,
Blue's
some
gonna
Alliance
TP out, but
casualties
Koifa
here.
also goes down.
Yeah, that was weird.
Guess he got comboed by the Ember and stuff. Must have been. Yo, did you see GH blow up those spiders though? Just the double Starstorm. All the spiders died.
They killed all of them.
Yeah, it's like the whole mass. Looked like a decent solution. So Koikfo basically runs in, but then he's like, oh shit, it's just me. So he probably got like Searing Chains or something and got comboed.
It's 30 seconds down for Alliance 2 cores. Liquid is gonna take advantage and try to knock their high ground.
Yeah, there should be a few tier 3 alliances. They have no boat. The best they can do is terrorize away. But if you use terrorize out of a
Searing Chain and arrow combo, they're just throwing spares and poor Insania.
buyback.
This combo is so good, man. Just slight Searing every time. Yule's
Oh,
just gonna
Yule's
dodge it.
Nice dodging the ice pad.
Man,
Still nice.
nerf Ember.
Arrow is slightly missing. This is one of the great reasons to pick Mirana. It's a great re-engage tool, the Moonlight. So getting that tier 3 was big too because it opens up the shrines for Liquid to take, and after they take the shrines, they can rush a lot more easily.
It's gonna be a lot more dangerous for Brood to spread on the map and
Yeah.
maximize this farm, because anytime they do smoke and jump on him, there won't be backup as quick.
The nice thing about this Beastmaster is that it turns your cores that usually aren't that good into roshing into being able to rosh early. This Ember Timber dual core can't really rosh at any point in the game, but because this Beastmaster, he's 5 medallion, he can tank with the boar, he has the aura, so Radiant can now feel a little better about going to rosh once they get the map control again.
How do you like the Kunkka Rod of Atos second item here? Obviously
good
helps
against
him.
Ember.
Yeah, exactly.
He can torrent, or he can X, and then Atos, and then torrent. And then the Ember can't dodge the X back.
Let's see.
I think it's decent.
Fishing for spider last hits. Doesn't get it.
More fishing for Jackiro, for hero
I
last
mean,
hit.
maybe we'll see what he gets.
Ember re-queued up the Radiance, he's just gonna go Radiance. He wanted to pit stop for this Yule, so he wouldn't die anymore.
He's doing great, 1,500 gold. That's half the way there practically to the relic.
So Mickey, I think, is aware that they're rushing, so that's why he's at bottom, just split pushing.
It definitely seemed useful to have the fast manta, I must say.
This
Because like the diffusal rush, maybe you get like a support pick off or two, but if you don't get those easy kills, then just having manta is going to accelerate you so much faster.
Yeah, you never wanna rush the user. Yeah.
people have started to stop going these on the carry heroes. It's like the first item is your power spike. Usually they try to aim their power spike to be their second or third item, so they can keep scaling. Like Slarks used to go treads Shadowblade and run around the map, and then they go Echo. Miracle should be fine unless they time the terrorize perfectly. But
Right, Liquid heroes are coming over bottom. Their main objective is PL kill here. They're not gonna be happy with just the Taiga kill.
That was a
Are
great
they
dust,
gonna-
actually.
yeah, nice arrow. He's gonna dodge it, but he kind of has committed himself to death.
It's nicely done, defending that. Bonnie Runes looks like they'll go 2 for 2. Oh, mind control. Just jack in the bottle
Three
refill.
for one.
That's where you kick your teammate right there.
What Mika did amazing there was, when he TP'd out, he pushed bottom with the illusions.
Yo. I just love how all the combos work right now. There's so many things that GH combos with this game. Like, they just have a hero that already counters the enemy lineup, and he gets a Yules because it makes sense. And now it's like the easiest arrow setups ever. Same
Duels
thing.
into arrow, chains into arrow, disruption into arrow, even roar into arrow.
It actually makes Mirana such a better hero. So even though like the laning stage was a little bit weak, it just has become such a strong mid game too.
Yeah, it's now up to Liquid to try to end this game right now, or keep killing heroes so you don't need to end the game. if the game starts to slow down, I think it'll still favor Alliance. As of now, the best they can do is kill lanes with his Broodmother. Hope he gets a BKB and I guess win a fight. They can maybe. I think winning a fight's out of the question right now though, for Alliance.
Definitely feels hard. They need a lot of damage, they need a lot of focus. Feels like Kunkka is a vulnerability at this point.
Kunkka is he needs to be the strong hero that can be in the front lines, get his boat off, do so much damage, magic and physical, that the enemy team has to kill him. But he has 50% damage reduction, right? But Liquid just cuts through this damage reduction with Soul Catcher and Timbersaw. So this Kunkka has to be played like a scared hero. He's gonna double on game. He's gonna kill these supports early.
But the Moonlight's gonna kite everyone here.
Terrorize is gonna catch only the Ember, but they're gonna try to turn them.
Nikkei is really low. Oh,
No doppelganger?
wonderful arrow.
He had doppelganger ready there, but maybe he was hoping to get high ground to low ground jump.
Yeah, he didn't have vision too.
They're gonna X on Timbersaw, but he's taking no damage.
Gets rooted.
Nice
Oh, the
dodges
first
arrow.
BKB from Koifa.
Disruption on Timbersaw.
Is that
He's
gonna be
get
enough?
the
Timber is really low.
Nice heals. Maybe get the chain out. Up the
Oh,
Bloodstone,
he
no?
used the Bloodstone.
There's no more Spirit Vessel, he's healing. Oh, he's gonna live, dude.
Alright.
That GH double Starford does a lot of damage.
This looks like the end of the game. I mean, I don't think they're gonna GG yet, but man,
I think they might be forced to.
I mean, they're probably gonna get at least one Rax, probably two here, but it just feels like, man, Liquid just constantly pressured from the beginning to the end. Timber defending the mid tower that one time. They were messing around behind tier 2s. The Alliance was constantly sitting on the back foot. PL's definitely feeling slow, as we kind of expected. And it was kind of cool in the laning stage, but it wasn't that effective.
I think the peel pick was a little interesting for me. I think they have their reasons, but I'd be really scared of picking into this Ember Timbersaw. I think the Timber wasn't picked by the time they peeled, but
Yeah, I think so.
just having a PL and a Broodmother on the same team so the other team can pick a bunch of these, like, you know, Timbersaw, Ember, Sven's, these type of heroes. I think having that ability to just draft like that just makes Liquid's draft a lot easier.
Miracle had a passive Radiance on for quite a while. It's very uncharacteristic of him.
You don't like the backpack Radiance build? What
Could
what
be
if
better.
Yeah, but what if he needs to use Arcane Rune?
What about his drums?
Oh.
Okay, he's got it.
Alright, he can.
The real question is, could he backpack his Radiance for the rest of the game and still win? The answer is yes, because they're up by 14k.
Yeah, that means they'd be up, what, 9k on it?
Yeah, exactly.
As you say that, they will go up Koifa, but Koifa is gonna pop his BKB. The boat's gonna come and the run effect is there, but is that gonna be enough?
Timbersaw is killing everyone on the bottom side of the fight. Koifa doesn't have enough damage to
These
actually
guys are-
steal up.
This one looks like it's gonna go down. No, there's
it's
so
gonna go
much
down
damage
to
from
damage.
Weeha.
Ace
Weeha
is gonna
Timber.
expire. Oh, they're
Those-
gonna catch the Kunkka too on the top side of the fight. Koifa is just gonna keep running down. He has 15 web charges, and I don't think they can catch him. They don't have much. Maybe a Yule's and an arrow setup, but Weeha just kind of alone. Gonna let Koifa waddle back to his base so they can type
Yeah.
a GG as a team.
That was the Liquid we expected to show up
Yeah.
at the beginning of the tournament. We haven't seen him that much yet, but like we said, they need some wins here. That's going to be their 4th game win of the tournament so far. That's got to feel great, especially how commanding it was. It was basically the expected Alliance kind of stuff. The Brood mid, Taiga got his hero. They used Jackiro fine. The Kunkka was good at various points, but man, they just played on the enemy side of the map and they did not let up.
It was kind of clinical from Liquid. They had the lanes they wanted. They had this Timber versus the Kunkka. The Kunkka obviously cut, so he wasn't getting pressured by the Timber, I think, like they planned. But the Timber got fat, the Ember got fat, the Ember rotated top, you know, broke open the tri-lane. The game at that point was kind of broken, you know, for Alliance's game plan. This PL never got a start. He was farmed, I think, at the end of the game. He was top of the net worth. But it doesn't really change into anything when you're countered so hard by the other team's cores.
You know, it just feels like PL doesn't have a very easy win condition to me anymore. It's like there's so many ways to do AoE. Like, it's not like AoE always counters him, but he just never feels offensively very useful. Outside of like Doppelganger is kind of good, but it's not even as good as it was before because you can't counter roots. So
Also, a lot of the carries right now are going this like Midas Radiance build. Like Alchemist is buying Radiance a lot, Lifesaver's buying Radiance a lot. Sven is still a strong hero right now. So a lot of these heroes are kind of, you know, PL proofing the meta. Even Gyro's getting picked a decent amount. It's not good or bad, but Flat Cannon also is a way to deal with the PL. And he also has Call Down. So there's a lot of these early game, AoE carry heroes that just play faster than the PL and play good against the PL. So I think it's kind of a interesting pick for Alliance this game.
Well, that's going to end of game 1. Team Liquid take a pretty darn commanding victory, and we'll be back in just a second to see game 2. Can Alliance turn things around, make them more even? We'll see you guys back in a second. Hey guys, welcome back to the Alliance versus Team Liquid series. Big match here. Alliance trying to secure more points, get a higher placement in their overall placements, and Liquid trying to separate themselves from the bottom of the lower bracket going into the main stage. So big matches here for Liquid. I don't know if they can hit upper bracket at this point, but getting a higher seed is always really good.
They'll be tied with Alliance, I think, after the series if they 2-0.
Yes, that's correct. And there's a lot of teams that were
Yeah.
at 5 points. So if those guys get some O2s too, then maybe Liquid can make tiebreakers through. It's probably possible.
Yeah,
Actually.
I think it's
probably
possible
very
for them to
likely
get upper bracket.
if they can get a 2-0 here. So we'll see what happens. Draft is up here, and we'll see nothing that SD gets banned. That's the big difference, I guess.
Chen was banned last game too.
So what was crucial, I think, SD plus Mirana, very strong combo.
Mm-hmm.
Unlocked the tri-lane, maybe forced Alliance into these weird picks with like thinking, oh, we'll pick PL and that'll counter the arrow stuff. Let him get Mirana, but they just won't have that easy early setup. Is that one of the Mirana solutions, I guess?
Yeah. Do you think it would have been out of the question to put the Broodmother in the side lane and then block arrows with spiders?
I mean, you're not going to have spiders right away. I mean, it sounds doable. Did they also have AoE, though? It was like, what, Mirana,
Shadow
SD,
Demon,
and who's the
Beastmaster.
core? Beastmaster. I guess that's a good point, yeah.
Instead of the PL, you pick some here that does good against the Ember mid.
Yeah, but it hurts Broodmother's game so much because he can't farm the neutral camps as efficiently. Like
Sure, but he maybe
Compared
he
to
hits like
Brave.
level 4, then he goes to his jungle, gives the support the lane. Just send one spider every 30 seconds there, you know. Defend your support.
It sounds to me like something that's worth trying, but I don't know. It feels like too different and weird that it could just throw off their whole game
No, it
and
sounds,
like lose
sounds
them a
pretty
TI
bad.
match. You know,
Sounds pretty bad. Yeah.
try to scrim, lose it, and realize, okay, never try that again. Maybe.
So Alliance is going to open with the Oracle Death Prophet. That was one of their combos they did yesterday against Keen, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Really
Liq-
strong combo. You can't burst this DP. If you don't burst the DP, she gets siphons off. She gets an ult off. Turns the fight.
and Liquid counters it with TA, one of Via's special
Yeah, we
heroes.
loves TA. He's been picking it since the last major when he joined Liquid. TA did get a really big nerf after that. That her denies are now not double damage. Denies.
Thank God.
He had free double damage. It wouldn't use a charge. She would deal 100 pure damage every deny to enemy heroes.
Would you be? I know this would be technically a buff at this point, but would you be cool with it if just hitting a denied creep would count as a charge? Do you think that's fair?
Maybe, but
that-
it also would hurt your lane as well
Why is
at the
that?
same time. Because let's say you pop your refraction at level 3
Mm-hmm.
and you have 4 charges. So you want to maybe like last at each creep with the 4 charges. It'll be hard to do that if you waste a charge on a deny or something.
Yeah, but at least then if you want a power deny, then you have more options, right?
Sure.
You're asking for like the cheesecake and the piece of chocolate cake. I offered you like, would you like, I don't know, half of each, and you're like, no, I want both. That's basically what you just said to me. You want it to go
Mid
back. You want the
players.
full revert.
I
It's
mean,
dirty, man.
TA is a nice hero. I'm almost platinum TA. So I'll take any TA buffs. But at the same time, she ruins a lot of heroes that want to go mid. Like Invoker almost isn't playable versus her.
That-
Even Ember is really good against her.
That's the issue, I think, is that, and it's very similar to like the Drow nerfs where they went from damage to attack speed. There's just some heroes that are just so stupidly good at the mid lane that if you try to put anything unconventional there, it's like impossible to lane against. And TA for a long time was kind of that problem hero. So, obviously the deny refraction thing was really strong. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe if TA is bad ever, you can throw that back in.
Have many teams been safe laning Storm this tournament?
I haven't seen it. I've only seen Midstorms, I think.
So that's an interesting ban from Alliance.
Yeah, Yellow Lions Bandstorm. Interesting.
The TA is almost only going to go mid, I think. I don't think any team's going to want to run a TA in the side lane. You know, it does well in almost every matchup. You have your ancient farm. You get levels. You can jungle. So
You know what it maybe is? They're worried. I'm sorry, I was thinking the other way around. I was thinking maybe they're gonna try to tri-lane and put Storm versus Earthshaker, but it would have been the other side banning it. But it could be something like that, like safe lane Storm against a one hero, do a tri-lane against their carry, maybe.
could be.
I like the Void ban coming out of Liquid. Void's been kind of getting picked this tournament, and it's great with DP. So I like that Void ban.
What do you like here with DP? Just because you can like frontline essentially with Chronosphere and give her a little bit of space.
Yeah, what Void lacks, DP covers it by like the tower push, the damage, and DP has it all, the damage and the tower push. So yeah.
Dark Willow picked up. All three heroes from Alliance are still comfort picks. Um, Last game I think they had a couple comfort picks. They had the Dark Willow, they had the Brood. Um, I think the Beastmaster is not as comfortable as their more
Those the
other
other team.
heroes. Oh yeah,
They had
But
Kunkka offlane,
Kunkka, yeah.
which is still, I would say, like, feels like most offlane players are really effective on Kunkka right now.
but
So
this feels more like the bread and butter of Alliance. They pick these three heroes and whatever games they can, and they're gonna feel good.
it just feels like it makes the game really straightforward. Like the playstyle is there, right? You get 6 on Death Prophet, you do a rotation, you get a kill and a tower if possible. The supports have a really straightforward role. Like maybe their offensive potential is harder, is certainly something they're lacking right now, but then gank.
I was thinking Alliance would pick Centaur or Axe here, but maybe they're double thinking it because of the Silencer pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Because Silencer is pretty great against those two initiating heroes. Whenever Centaur or Axe initiate, Silencer just ultis and that initiation kind of goes to a waste.
The cool thing about this Earthshaker pick is it can be a 3 or a 4. So even though Liquid, they kind of have their lanes determined with this TA, they can change up their side lanes a lot. And now they know the mid matchup already with this DPTA, and they're going to basically get at least 2 good matchups already. And then Alliance is going to have to last pick this carry hero that has a good lane, and is going to have to carry the game. Because right now I think this Death Prophet might not be able to carry versus the Silencer.
I have seen a side lane DP from Alliance 2 or 3 times, so and I think Liquid is gonna think about it too. Alliance can like pick a G0 like Huskar, for example. Huskar Oracle is great together and against Templar Assassin. So I'm sure Liquid has to be kind of wary about that.
It's usually a Koifa's Death Prophet though, right? Even if it's in the side lane. So they're going to need a Mika here in the mid, which is more likely this, I think, Morphling type of hero, which suffers a lot versus TA because the carry type of mids don't really have that strong spells to nuke out the wave. They're all about right-clicking more than the other mid laners. So they need to kind of sit in the creep wave and hit it, and that's what TA likes to lane against.
She just does better. She's a better version of that, basically, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's what kind of scares me. And people like DP versus TA because you have lane push, so you can double wave the TA, pop a refraction. The Siphon instantly kills a refraction almost. So you have a couple outplays.
Lifestealer's the pick here. It's a pretty good carry hero against Axe, actually, because if he does call you with Blade Mail on, you're still healing with Feast, so it's a little bit harder to get picked off. Although I would say that Lifestealer against Death Prophet can be a little bit weak, because if you get silenced, then you're going to have a bad time sometimes.
It's also good against the cut. If Axe is cutting, you can just tank the creeps in front of your tower, not have to, worry about your health too much. I think it's decent versus Dark Willow as well. It's a nice comfort here, I think. Just all around is a strong hero for them. I think they might be looking for some GH here now. I think this might be a mind control Earthshaker. Just give him some, priority farm. He gets a blink. He plays with his TA. They play really fast. They kill the Oracle in the fight and the Death Prophet in the fight. Maybe they get some Shadow Shaman or something, some more stuns, or a tower push with them.
Mirana is still up. Mirana looks pretty okay too for Team Liquid.
I feel like the arrow combos are much harder to land, though.
Yeah,
It's
but
hard with Fissure because he can be on either side of the Fissure
That's a good point.
if it's in a line. So you have to
Stun
make sure.
duration's low.
Yeah. They banned the Bristle thinking they might be this really greedy Tricore. I think Liquid is already greedy, so I think Liquid's going to try to pick more Space Creator 3 if they're going to pick a 3. Maybe even a Infest hero if they don't, so they don't always have to infest the Earthshaker if they want to infest Initiate.
Could be TA a little bit, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, Bristle would have been. I'm looking at Alliance's lineup, and I'm thinking if Bristol is against that lineup, outside of like Axe being able to turn him the way that he wants with Call, feels like Bristle would have been able to actually shred those 3 heroes: DP, Willow, Oracle.
yeah, BB would have been a good pick. DP can siphon against the BB, but they're not gonna have the damage to kill the BB.
Yeah.
Also, Fate Seed doesn't help with the physical damage of coils. So.
And Dark Willow could use Shadow Realm, but she would still take quill damage. Like it just would have been a huge headache actually to prevent the run at you.
You know, Shadow Realm has a weird interaction with Monkey King. She doesn't take damage from Boundless Strike.
Interesting.
because it is considered an auto attack,
And she's unattackable or something like
Mhm.
that. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
but she still gets stunned by it.
I'll try to remember that one for my next ability draft game.
Yep.
I
So-
remember seeing Liquid, like every time Weehaw was on TA or Windranger, that team like looked really good. So I'm kind of hyped to see some Weehaw TA here.
The one thing I'm worried about is Alliance. Meike's hero. Liquid banned out the Meike Troll, the Morphling already. Those are probably a staple like hard carries right now. I think it's a really hard anti-mage game, so I'm interested to see what Alliance is gonna pick for him. I think this could be a decent Arc Warden game maybe if they play it and they put the Death Prophet in the side lane. Or an Alchemist. On last pick.
Oh, dude, now they can do the heat-seeking missile. You summon the hawk, the life-stealer infest, and then you can just like
Oh, the
start all
heat
chatting, and then he'll just pop out from invisibility. It'll be really sick.
Too bad you can't control the Hawk anymore.
It's better this way because it's like more interesting. You know, it's like you gotta plan ahead. Then it's
Yeah.
like you're getting a rocket snipe from across the map or something.
Just go all in, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Be like psychic feel him out.
I thought Alchemist, but I was not actually sold on it this game in particular.
Really? Why?
I think Leicester and TA both match up really well against it. If TA gets a good lane, he can kind of push the lane into the Death Prophet and then trap the Alchemist's jungle. And then once the jungle is trapped, this Alch might get slowed, ganked. They're just gonna have vision on him farming these camps, and it might slow his game down enough that he's not gonna be able to be tanky enough to live through a roar.
If there was no Oracle, I would be kind of scared for this Alchemist because there's a lot of damage coming from Liquid side. But all the Liquid heroes, they're kind of single target, so Alchemist might have a good game with the Oracle ulti on it.
He feels kind of covered too, with like Dark Willow, Axe, Elk. It's like whichever core gets gone on, whether it's Death Prophet or Elk, they can cover that guy with Oracle, and the other 2 or 3 heroes can back him up. Maybe.
Yeah, can counter gank with the Axe core.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Lifestealer's obviously gonna be a little bit harder to stop.
Yeah, I feel like Lifestealer fear is very bad when his rage gets kited, and I think Alliance has the tools to kite the rage.
With that said, they've got global silence, so everything we just said is nullified when that gets popped as the fight starts.
Yeah, that's
so
kind of what I'm worried about. This Alch, is trying to frontline, and then they blink echo, they global, they burst this Alch, and then the team fight's gonna be kind of broken up into where a situation where Alliance needs to back, and they can't because I think Liquid's chase is really good. They have bore slows, they have open wounds, they have traps, they have fissures. So
I think for the first 5 seconds, 6 seconds of the team fight, Liquid needs to do some heavy damage to Alliance sides. Otherwise, as the team fight drags on, it's not gonna be ending up well for Liquid.
everyone has tipped Miracle, I believe.
yeah,
So-
they had a coordinated tip. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was all at the.
Except for Koikva, he was slow. Probably busy standing in the mid lane. Yeah, there he is.
They probably said, "Oh, at 52 guys, everyone tipped Miracle."
Exactly.
So he's gonna be.
Oh, with a fake ward. Just kidding. He's gonna go here, check to see if the enemy ward is there. If there's vision, this tower would attack
Yep.
when he stands there. It's an easy way to check for an easy D ward if there's observer wards anywhere like here.
So Miracle's gonna be grateful for those 2 battle pass levels.
It's true.
It looks like just a standard 2/2 boundary rune, unless Miracle can pull off something special here.
Dude, he might steal it actually. Oh, he's
Will he go for
go
it?
for it.
Nah, he doesn't go for it.
Yeah, 2 for 2
A little
bounties.
expensive, but
So mind control is gonna be bot lane with this Beastmaster, matching up against the Alchemist. This lane, I've seen it go fairly well for the Alchemist. I think usually, well, if he gets this early chainmail, this Beastmaster's damage goes down by a lot.
there's gonna be 3 heroes though.
Yeah.
So Crows in the lane, or Shaker potentially could give them more chase. But until Beast hits 3, their disable's not the best.
This was a popular thing to do early game when there's a Lifestealer or Juggernaut. So just put him solo in the safe lane with the Quelling Blade. He's gonna CS a lot, and you just go tri-lane against the enemy carry. He's gonna suffer like this.
Omike's getting dominated here by these blocks.
He took so much damage.
Insania
did.
does have a side for him, bro.
It's true, but damn dude, that sucks. He
That is
didn't
a
want
lot
to
of
use.
damage.
He should have probably just used the extra tango maybe to get past a little faster, but
It feels bad to use that so early.
I
This
suppose.
mid lane, I think if Weehaw owns this lane, it could be really hard for Alliance to make a comeback. I think Koifa plays this matchup a lot because when TA used to be really good, I think they still picked Death Prophet first it as like a counter. So he's experienced in this matchup. So I like to see how it goes for him.
Dude, every splash is hitting. Taking some spirit back though.
But on the other side, yeah, Weehaw is known for this TA at this point. They almost won the last major with it. They first pick it every game it was unbanned, and I think they won almost every single game with it. So looking forward to see what he can do this game.
It's last hitting pretty well under tower and everything. Missing only a few.
Why'd you have to say that?
Sometimes you just gotta caster curse him, dude. Every last hit you miss, it's a caster's cursing you too.
Ooh, the bot lane. They're going on Alchemist here. It's getting dangerously low.
Yeah,
Will
but Dark
Taiga
Willow
go
might be the
down?
one. I think Taiga is gonna go down. I don't know if they can.
He does have the fair fire and 3 stick charges ready.
Almost. He's alive.
Yo,
Oh, everyone's so low.
that was a value fortunes and hitting 2 heroes. It's pretty good. I guess the typical AoE, right?
Yeah. Oh, a nice regener for Koifa. Gonna heal up. Weehaw has to use a salve to do the same thing. You know, lane's going fairly even. A slight advantage for Koifa at this point.
Yo, Axe has a lot of last hits here.
Yeah, he's been cutting the wave, pressuring this lifestealer.
And Alliance blocked the level 5 camp, so Lifestealer cannot farm as much as the Axe.
Where's that chainmail you're talking about?
Sometimes you're a little too low for the chainmail to matter, though.
Oh, it looks like it will matter.
It has mattered. Make a 1 tango left here. It's gonna bring out a salve. Getting pressured a lot. Almost out of mana for Oracle too, so I mean, I guess everybody's really low. Somebody needs to die. It really sucks when this happens, actually, where like both teams are just playing safe enough where it gets slow.
Yeah, Chicken did come with a lot of regen for bottom lane.
Oh!
So low.
He loses salve.
I
Was
think
that
so?
it? That was a salve, right? Because he's still got one here, and the courier just came. So GH must have interrupted it, I assume.
No,
So-
Zarv is in his back.
Are you sure it's not another one?
I think he bought a new one.
Yep. It was just the 2 tangos for those supports.
Oh, okay.
So the nice thing about Alchemist, though, is once you hit 3 or 4, you can just jungle and come back into the game. So, you know, having this kind of rough lane isn't that big of a deal. But the fact they're tri-laning him and he's having a rough lane is the bigger deal, I think.
Well, he's about to get level 3 at least. See how things go. Double Null is ready mid. It's pretty equal. 19-2, 18-3.
If GH gets a good rune bottom, he might gank mid with it. Let's see what he gets.
Be no
Nothing.
rune. Okay.
There's a DD top for Death Prophet, so his lane's gonna feel nice.
Surely GH doesn't get this courier.
I was scared, dude. What are they doing? Are they trying to find where he is, I guess?
They're trying to not get it killed.
Yeah, he's
I
not gonna
guess.
get it.
Axe 44 last hits now, inflating from the small camp here. Camp must have spawned. Oh, I see. So yeah, they de-warded. Brought a sentry up for Miracle and cuts the other sentry away.
He almost has a full Vanguard. He actually might have a
Ooh.
full Vanguard.
Mid?
They're gonna go and Croaky bot. Just a little harass.
That's pretty
Taiga.
bad for
He
Taiga,
does have
actually.
Shadow Round,
He
but
has
no
no
TP.
It's only going to buy him 5 seconds,
He's
though.
dead.
Oh!
That's gonna lead
Dang
them to getting the bounty runes.
Yeah, that's really rough.
One less member for the Alliance tri lane, so Liquid's gonna get those bounty runes.
At the same time, though, Box is gonna get both banner runes top.
Or will he?
He's saving it. He's letting it you know,
Going for a bottle,
ferment.
maybe?
It's one of those moments where the other team just predicts that he's gonna get both, so he can get it later.
Yeah. Save a little bit of time. It's more important to wait.
Mickey almost level 4, but almost dead at the same time. Nice
Good
perch from
dispo.
the Oracle's actually gonna let him live here. And
Will
now they're
GH
gonna
die
maybe
here?
turn on the Earthshaker.
It looks like he's gonna die with his.
Nice fissure. He lost the vision of the shaker.
And there's a lot of action happening at bottom lane, but not a lot of people are going down.
I mean, most of these heroes are kind of defensive in nature a little bit. Like, obviously Alchemist doesn't have a spell either, so he's more or less just a vulnerable guy.
Yeah.
And then Silencer does some nukes. Beastmaster's kind of a slow chaser. The Fissure is like, you're fissuring, but that's it. So it's kind of a weird try versus try, actually.
Mid lane looks like kind of dead even too on both the CS and the network.
Yeah. sure both guys are relatively happy.
Did Koifa skip ult, or is he saving a point?
He
Oh,
did.
he skips.
Yes.
Okay.
Damage too low.
Too bad he can't deny that.
Bottom. Is Mickey gonna go down? Yeah, he went down.
Wheel's gonna get pressured a lot. He's not gonna chase.
Okay, wasn't sure. Oh, he wants to eat that ward. He's gonna get it.
Yeah, he has tangos.
I don't know if he sees it just yet. It's got to push the wave.
I think you should see it from your high ground. Koifa.
It's kind of scary.
This lane's so scary, man.
And yoink. I was gonna say, hey, aren't you gonna eat that, dude? Looks like GH gonna
So
go down.
low.
Does get cleaned
Oh.
up. Okay. Some stuff happened here.
Yeah. Mid, like, it looks close, but none of these heroes can solo kill each other, I think. DP and TA.
Unless somebody makes a mistake, probably. At this point, TH is just harassing with psionic traps to try to get some regen trade here. Because it kind of makes sense to max the Spirit Siphon, right? You get extra charges, and it's giving him, like, he just burns half of TA's health every time he goes for the trade.
Yeah. He also, the slow is increased, so the trap difference is like not too big anymore. So it's nice.
Another fight coming bottom. Fissure to the Bramble Maze. GH can be stunned now for,
So much
wow.
damage. Insane gonna go down to the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster's even turning on the Alchemist. He's gonna go down. His armor's so low.
The slow is
He's
the
gonna
big
try to
thing.
walk it out, but no, 2 more hits. He's gonna do it. Taiga, does he have Shadow Realm? He does. So he's gonna be able to walk it off too, I think. But they might try to turn it on the Beastmaster. First crown. If he gets 1 hit off into a Purifying Flames, nice. They
Oh,
might-
he's going to live here too.
I think Kuroki should be able to walk it off.
No, he's dead actually. Oh, that cancel. Yeah, he's got the stick. He'll be okay.
If they have Vision, nice fissure by GH. He's gonna save his buddy.
He probably didn't have him anyway spotted, but my edge pan is turned off. How am I going to live life, guys? It's over.
If you compare the CS and the net worth, Lifestealer is behind on the X on the CS, but on the net worth, because of the Midas, he's quite ahead.
We can't talk about net worth. It's not 10 minutes yet, man.
Oh, nice wand. Lifestealer's gonna make the dunk useless.
Quick knows what's up, dude. Just stand under the tower. Glyph gets popped. Head over, push the creep wave. Lifesteal up at 20. If they can get that tower heavily damaged or killed here, it'd be huge.
At the same time, though, I think Dyer's going to try to pressure this bottom tower as Mickey has abandoned his lane. It's too hard for him. He's gone to the jungle / mid lane.
I mean, how does Axe even die here? With
a
Vanguard
full
picked up,
Vanguard,
he can
yeah.
just block like the boar damage 50% of the time. Ooh, is that a kill? The heal should offset the battle
Yeah,
hunger,
that's
so.
fine. Lifestealer's TPing back top. Quifa's ult's going to run out soon, so. The towers took a lot of damage, but it didn't go down in the end.
What's your guys' favorite DP spirit?
Spirit?
There's a lot of good ones. There's like a shark,
I think I have a
butterflies.
nice fish one.
Oh, the fish one? Are you sure it's not a shark?
It might be a shark. I think I just have fish.
Really?
Maybe there is a shark one, but I just have the chill fish one.
Maybe I'd just be a little surprised.
I did
fish
switch
is-
to the butterfly one though to
Okay.
match with my immortals.
Okay. I just feel like ghost fish aren't very scary. You know, it's like what a bunch of trout or something.
Yeah, I
They
think
look
it's I think
stupid
it's
with their
just
mouths
trout.
open.
They're just kind of flying.
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Have you ever been swarmed by trout?
Never, believe it or not.
Febby, what about you?
I don't know actually.
What about
You can't see
the
underwater,
first
right?
week of boot camp? Weren't we? You were there, right?
Was I there? I don't remember.
I don't
Was this like
remember.
a bonding moment? You guys just like jumped in a lake full of
Trout?
trout? And
They were ghost
Whoa.
trout, but
Alliance got 3
Damn.
boundaries.
oh, that's actually awesome for 10
With
minutes.
Archimist.
Yeah.
Insania's gonna trade his life for the bounties, but you're a support. You're a 5. Gold for your carry. Call that a win.
But he lost to intelligence. Is that worth it?
Yes.
You're only saying that
I'm
because
a
you're the
carry
mid
player, so
I was
yeah.
like, there was no question in your mind. You're like, obviously, dude. Nothing else mattered. Mid tower killed, by the way.
Yeah, TA, the game is really, really nice. He's underfarmed compared to the Axe, I think. If we would know the net worth at 10 minutes.
That was a good fissure by GH. Got all 3 CS. Now,
No
was
Manafort.
was that worth it?
What are the net worths looking like?
Oh, thank God. I definitely was going to go another 2 minutes at least. They look pretty damn normal, but, you know, now you've saved me,
This
so
TA
thank
is
you.
actually less farm than I thought she would be.
Net worth-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Lifestealer, though, this guy's killing it.
So like basically the difference was like they had this like 1v1 with neutral kills. So they got tons of farm. And then everybody else is like a normal level. Is kind of what it looks like to me. And then Alchemist is only ahead a little bit because he's Alchemist.
Yeah, but look at this.
About to get
Stacks.
fat. Where's GH to rescue this? God, there's actually so many. Who stacked all this? Oh, that's right. I can check literally. Dark Willow, Dark Willow. It's literally all
There's
Dark Willow.
So he has almost half his Radiance done at a decentish time. So that lane bot isn't really going to matter much to him. He's going to kill them before the 12 minutes. So he's even going to farm the 12-minute double camp as well if he really wants to.
That's sick, dude.
Look at that one wolf. That's just not aggro.
Oh, the new skeletons, dude. Very wise for him not to kill the Dark Troll to give him the second spawn. This felt good to watch. I don't know about you guys, but it's a good time. Taiga on the top lane.
Taiga's going to solo kill both supports, be the king of Dota. Alright, never mind.
If Earthshaker's not there, 100% that's a solo kill. Maybe. He's got a 9 stick, but I feel like he does this almost every game. Definitely didn't happen last game, but typically he does.
In the games that are more even.
Miracle moving in to try to contest some potential stacks, but they are long gone. Alchemist is real close to his relic. So it's a little bit slow, but not terrible.
This guy caught up really well. That lane bot, I think, was going to be really scary for Alliance if they didn't get those stacks in, but there's no boxy axe to steal the Alchemist stack, so...
There comes Miracle from behind, looking for Insania. He knows that was such a good play by the Fortune's End.
He's going to get his ult off nice, but because he doesn't ult the Koifa, so Koifa's going to go down.
Koifa is dead though, right?
Maybe he got false promised, and then he got all the siphons off, he could have lived.
So what Insania did was he did the Fortune's End channel on yourself. That way when Global Silence hits, it dispels you. Yeah, they did that, or he just broke open.
He was trying
right
to
away.
break open wounds, but he did charge it a little, I think.
I don't think it caught. I think he used it early.
He broke it early. He like moved. I think he was too scared to try to hold it for the global.
It's a lot of physical damage. It was kind of a cool rotation that Miracle did there. Goes in from, he's basically dealing with tri-camp, so that Alchemist had to farm somewhere else, and then as a result, just swings in from behind and forces a bad reaction.
Yeah, so false promise cooldown now for 70 seconds, so Alliance cores have to be a little careful, but no global means they can kind of save themselves as well. Don't dive, there's a trap, Koifa. Okay.
This is a bit scary for Liquid though. They do have Beastmaster, but they didn't take down any of the tower. Only the tier 1 mid tower.
Good thing he didn't buy the relic.
Somebody had a hotkey or something. Maybe like, because they could have ran it this way, I think, and kept it alive, but they ran it back. Anyways, fight happening. Mid Silencer finally going to get picked off. Boxy blinking in aggressively. He is the farmed hero on his team, that's for sure.
He's a little trapped though behind the tower. Nice call on the TA. They're going to try to go on him. GH is going to catch him off the right side of the fight. On the left side of the fight, Miracle's going on all the supports. Boxy's going to get echoed on the right and just go down for free.
Okay.
Miracle trying to chase it up, but he's just going to get Curd Crown, stunned, take a smack.
He's doing such a good job though. Like, you don't really see Lifestealer as the epicenter of pushes and fights typically, but he's been in like all the major engagements here. It's like he's taking his net worth and he is like the hero that's really effective against theirs actually. Like against Dark Willow, he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
he can rage through roots. It's like the one busted thing about Lifestealer right now.
He's not going the greedy build, the like Midas Radiance, and then either Solar Crest or AC, this greedy AFK till 15-20 minutes when you have this Radiance. He's going Midas, Armlet, S and Y.
Yeah, he wants to play fast tempo against the Alchemist.
What works good against all of them is the other really important thing, I think.
The problem is that Liquid's not hitting any towers right now.
Tries to fight for the bounty. They end up getting 3. Like, if you go Armlet build, though, against, like, Alchemist or against Axe, he actually does an impressive amount of damage. Same against Death Prophet. It's 3 heroes that are high HP. Greasing his armor and damage is good. That is looking like a dead hero. Any Insania?
A misclick from Insania, a rare one.
He was not going to make that anyways. I mean, the range is kind of slow. Did they see it, though?
I think they saw because of the voice lines. So, actually, that might be bad because it's revealing the ward on the cliff if Alliance is paying attention to the voice lines. Oh, wait, that's the Alliance ward. So
Oh, this ward here spotted.
that
sorry.
ward, yeah, sorry. So if Alliance is kind of keeping up, you might know that they...
Oh, the deny!
Nice deny by Box.
That was sick. And Insania already had the Fortune's End ready to go. That way he could instantly dispel the open wounds if needed. Either way, Liquid doing pretty well. 2k gold up here. Blink Dagger's already up for GH as well. Enough steals have happened. Radiance is up. He's going straight into AC, which is a good way to
I
keep
like
himself survivable against Lifestealer and TA, right?
Yeah, even Beastmaster.
That's
The
true.
Beastmaster likes to go Medallion or Solar. So the more armor you have this game is really good. I think he could even maybe argue for Alchemist buying a Medallion or even a Shiva's or Lotus at some point.
Like a second armor item.
Yeah,
right
I don't
away.
think the AC is going to be enough. It's only 15 armor.
What about like Armlet? Armlet kind of fell out of fashion on Alch. It used to be like the item you buy before Radiance. Would you ever get that? Would you ever go Armlet instead like you used to for another Alch item?
I think if you want to play fast tempo like they want to right now against the Alchemist, I think it can be okay.
It's okay. People moved away from it. It used to be the build where they would go like boots Armlet into a Radiance, and then they have a stronger early game. People moved away because you hold that thought they're going on a TA, but a nice global science might stop the Culling Blade from happening. But he's still getting chased down with the Spirit Siphon. Or Crypt Swarm's just
He
gonna
lived
hit.
9 HP. Oh no! Oh, good save!
Get it off.
Oh, he almost saved himself.
He's gonna stun himself in the Alch as well. Koifa's gonna go down. He gets a Yule's up, but is he gonna live? No, he's gonna
Weeha's
die.
gonna go down at least. That buys him a second. Taiga now
Taiga's
healing, but he's getting
Boxy's
focused.
seeing a reinitiate. Nice call on 2, but there's no more follow-up. Mick is gonna get
Zeb?
chased down as well. And 2, 3. Oh,
Man, that
goes
Echo
down.
Slam was so good. I mean, they committed a little hard on Weeha there, and Liquid got there plenty in time and just had a great team fight. The Global Silence just completely prevented everything from being useful. And the fact that TA was able to turn, come back into the fight, made it really hard.
They roared the Oracle, and then they tried to burst him down at the start of the
Yeah.
fight. And he barely lived, and I don't think he either didn't have ult or he didn't want to use it on himself.
I
So he
think
tried to
it
get
was
the Fate's Edict on himself before
Yeah.
the Echo hit, and
just a
the
little late.
projectiles were just a little too fast for him. Mind Control gives a freebie, but
Well, now Insania can buy
that's
a...
not. I don't think that's
Bracer.
enough of a consolation prize for what Alliance just lost.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. Not only did they lose a big team fight, which was, I mean, there's a 6k gold advantage on Liquid side, but also the shrines will go. So, pretty rough. And only Chainmail and Alchemist, actually, for that fight. Maybe it would have helped a little bit, but... Yeah, big Echo Slam by GH. That was probably the big fight decider there. Because it secured the Insania kill, where otherwise Insania wouldn't have died. He would have gotten his ulti off on Alchemist or Death Prophet or somebody. If Death Prophet stays alive for an extra 7 seconds, gets the double heal. Yeah, the game is very different.
So Koifa is the one going solar, and they're gonna try to call this silencer and kill him. He's kind of far out. He's just gonna go. Well, GH reveals his position, so they might try to turn this on Liquid now that they know they're all here. They're gonna TP 2 heroes bot, kind of loosen up their control of the map. And if Alliance sticks around, this could go pretty bad for them. I don't think they're in a good condition to fight right now. So they're gonna kind of retreat.
They do still have False Promise at least, but Insania is spending his hard-earned kill on more wards. Oh, he's going for Hawkshin damage this game. Which, what do you think about this? I mean, he's against like right-click counters basically, like heroes that are better at right-clicking than he is. Do you think it's better to go old Alchemist build this game? Do you think make
I
his
think
doing
he
the right
might
thing?
just go the stun because he needs to fight now. Boxy's gonna get gone on bot.
Just taking a lot of damage.
So much damage. This Lifestealer hits so hard. He's so active.
He doesn't even have Deso yet either.
He's not even going Deso. He's gonna go AC to counter the Alchemist's AC.
Okay.
They spot him out with the Radiance ward, and the Roar was not close enough, I think. There's a Yules on the left side of the fight. Call's gonna hit on the Earthshaker.
This could be
They
huge.
need a burster before the Echo. I think they are going to be able to. No global. Koifa get Fall Promise really early in the fight. They're fighting on the Shrine. This could be really good for Alliance if they can get the Lifesteal and the Beastmaster, but there's a Roar on the Death Prophet.
Ooh, and there's going to be a follow-up stun here.
Beastmaster should go down here. I don't think they have the chance to save him. Nice.
Bounty runes are up. Any instant TPs top.
There's an instant TP top for Miracle. Gonna get the safe bounty. So a 3-for-1 bounty split, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it.
Not great for Liquid, the 2-for-0, but at the same time, they still get all the bounties. They get the tower. They rotate all of Alliance's hero to the bot lane.
Not terrible considering the case. So good ulti gets off, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter.
Nice
Never
call is
mind.
gonna try to save the Alch, but he's silenced. He's gonna stun himself.
That's not going to stop his damage. That's physical, baby. Goes
Oh, no.
through T8, going
We
up
got
on
blinked
top
on
of him.
top.
Oh, the
He
miss.
missed the meld. He walks away.
Oh, huge ulti. He's got to stay alive against. Oh, it's just too
Goes
much
down.
damage.
The Deso, still from the TA.
Insania on
Taiga,
cooldown.
no shadow. Oh, he does have the shadow roam. He's gonna be able to TP out.
No Earthshaker Fissure, so there's the
And
snag.
see.
Okay, well, could have been worse.
Yeah, the Alch almost lived. He bought a lot of time for his team. Luckily, they missed the meld, so he was able to live a lot longer than he probably should have. But Miracle just, eats him.
Alk having some major health damage issues. Like, he won stable concoction damage. He didn't get the health talent. He doesn't have any bracers this game because he skipped those. Maybe an extra 400 health would have kept him alive there against Miracle.
I think he's still going to go the cleave talent and the damage talent if he gets there.
Okay.
I think the only talent he's going to want to change this game is his 10 talent, the unstable concoction. Normally you go attack speed to just buff up your attack speed, buff up your farm. You feel stronger, but I think in a game like this where you're like constantly fighting, you're a little lacking on stuns. Most of their stuns is, call from the axe, and some of Willow's, like, Curse Crown and Terrorize and these kind of things. Having this extra control on your carry I think that's like the only way they're going to win this fight. Getting 2 stuns in a row and killing 2 heroes in a row.
Gotcha.
So if they can catch this Miracle Lifestealer bot,
Oh,
he gets the
instantly rage.
off. If they don't find this silencer, the Alk's going to stun himself and then get bursted down by the Lifestealer. But a nice false promise. Miracle's still stuck in no man's land. He's going to go down, and a Curse Crown on the silencer.
Oh, this is
he's going to
huge.
go down.
Can they get Earthshaker as well? They get a stun off over on Templar Assassin. He's
We
got
all
a
stuck
DD
on the
though.
left side of the fight. He's going to get slowed. Boxy's blink is being cancelled by the false.
Arcane Curse, yeah. Ooh, goes invis, but the...
No, he's going to go down. He's getting burned by the Radiance.
That's true.
And on the top right of the fight, Earthshaker's also going to go down to the Dark Willow. So 4... Oh,
Oh.
no!
What? Okay. Oh, gets the Spirit Siphon though. That's going to do it. Oh, that was kind of scary. Huge, huge win there for Alliance. Only losing the Oracle, actually.
Yeah.
Who got cleaned up probably by Weehaw. Yeah, that's probably why
He
Weehaw was out of
blinked in
position.
on the Oracle on the left side of the fight. And they were committed too far, I think. That was
a good timing by Alliance too,
Yeah.
because they knew that Global Silence was down.
Good fight for them. Boxy getting some great initiations. Miracle's speed with his rage there was insane.
Yeah, he almost lived. They almost burst down the Alchemist, but Insania, nice position of his Oracle. Got the false promise off. The Oracle, the Alchemist was able to full heal off of it. Get a second stun on this Lifestealer, and then he went down.
Crow's trying to get as tanky as possible. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's pretty farmed.
We're seeing that a lot from position 5, I think. The face boots, Buckler. Puppy did it first, but
I mean, a lot of times on some heroes like Silencer, like you don't really need to upgrade your boots. I feel like a lot of times, and Tranquil movement speed is not as busted as it used to be, right? So it's just a trade-off of what you need. And 6 armor, even though the movement speed is kind of crappy on ranged heroes, it's just it like bracers and phase boots on supports even is probably also busted. So maybe more players should do this. It's got
Are you
20
saying
int too.
that I should do it to my pubs for free MMR?
Probably. As long as you don't need like arcane boots or Tranquil's really bad, phase might be
Nice
better. There's
echo.
Echo.
On Alchemist, they're not going to be able to get the false promise off. The Global Silence is going to cut him off, and Alch's just going to get chopped up.
It buys out instantly, so it doesn't lose any gold, but it's going to be dead for 50 seconds. No buyback. That could give Liquid a moment here to go high ground mid, but will they? No
Death Prophet,
exorcism.
no ult. They do have false promise up, and no global. They might try to back check if Roche is up, which is not. Boxy also knows that. He relays the information to his team.
it's pretty
Roche-
cool. It's pretty cool how tight these teams play. So Liquid smoke because they knew that DP ulti was on cooldown, and before Alliance smoke because they knew Global Silence was on cooldown. So it's pretty cool how like they play so tight and play with the pressure, play off the cooldowns.
It makes a big difference, right? Because if you run yourself into a bad fight, then completely changes the output of the game. A lot of Yuleses are picked up now in Alliance. They can actually fight in a global a little bit easier. Boxy in a position to go look for heroes, but they are running into darkness here. They have actually one ward on the cliff.
Alliance
They
saw
catch one.
Miracle tipping bottom.
Calling
They
the
wanna fight
Beastmaster.
this.
They're going to try to burst him down.
Oh,
Vision-
great
a nice
silence.
silence on 2. Are they going to be able to kill him? Nice Yules. They're going to cancel the TP.
They
They're
want
gonna take
more.
him out.
The rest are
Look
leaving.
on
at
the
bottom.
bottom right.
Taiga got TA.
TA is going to be forced to BKB. If they hit him to cancel the blink, hit him. Nice hit. Oh, a
Oh,
call
the
on
call.
TA.
And a core.
The Death Prophet, that Spirits, they're going to try to chop through the BKB. He's so low.
Will
Blink
he
dagger,
make
1
it?
second.
1
Nice
second.
Yules. If he gets the call to cancel the blink.
Nah, he can blink. He can blink.
Refraction preventing that, but
Oh.
It is
the
following
root.
him.
He does
there,
have
Fissure,
blink though.
protection.
2 seconds.
No, the Fissure's not going to be enough.
Oh, nice usage there by the ulti, and that's with the creep wave. That's a kill. GH doing everything he can with these fissures to make it hard to get these kills, but man, what a great catch by Taiga
Boyfla's
there.
a little deep in.
Or is
Miracle.
it Miracle that's deep in?
No, they're
That-
all going to walk away.
That all started because Miracle showed bottom. And then Alliance is like, go, 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 let's catch Liquid. And that's what they did.
So that's why they did the 3-man smoke.
Yeah. all about the sharp timings, the sharp mistakes that the enemy team makes.
20% evasion now on the lifestealer. The nice thing though for Alliance is that the spirits don't get affected by evasion.
Yeah,
so
that helps.
he's able to just pop his ult, do a lot of physical damage to the lifestealer that normally would maybe get missed.
Yeah, that's a good point. They actually don't have that much right-click damage.
It's
Like
mostly just the alchemist.
yeah, and even then, I mean, he potentially might go unstable cooldown, or unstable damage. Sorry.
It's a good thing that we stored so much time too, because Roche was up. If he died easily, then Alliance would have just went Roche right after the
Yeah.
TA care.
That's true.
Insania also knows Roche is up, tries to deal with the trap.
We went
That
max
is an
duration.
interesting talent.
Do you ever?
Oh, I know. It's so he can sit in the backline on the trees
Mhm.
and charge Fortune on himself, and he now has 3.5 second window
Now
Where to predict global
to protect
silence.
from global.
Liquid wants to play aggressive because they know DP doesn't have his ultimate.
Yo, they need to deward this cliff spot. Oh,
Oh,
good call.
on the Earthshaker.
There's
That
a
has
surprise in
infested
there.
Lifestealer. Oh,
Global
nice use dodge
silence.
with stun.
There is a global silence.
BKB on the Alchemist is up. There's
There's
a global
global.
silence.
Uses
Make it-
BKB. He gets
DK
roared though.
is get rolled up when
He
he's
still has his
gonna-
BKB, won't stun himself. But he does not stun the Lifestealer. There's
Good silence on 2.
TA
gonna
is
keep
getting
chasing
kind of
this
so
Lifestealer.
much.
Oh, Insania's gonna false promise himself. He's gonna live a long time.
Lifestealer
Miracle
gonna
on the
die.
top, gonna go down. Kuroki in the bottom side of the fight goes down as well. Weeha's gonna just try to hide in the trees, but they might have a detection. Any detection, Insania?
Oh,
nice
Insania
sentry
falls down the
directly
sentry.
on top of the Templar assassin.
Oh, Insania read him so hard. I guess they assumed that maybe he would be caught or something. I'm surprised they bothered with the scent.
That was
I thought it was
it
a
was-
next level
he was
juke, dude.
just on top of the hero. That he
Yeah.
knew exactly where he was.
That was crazy, dude. Weeha's like, dude, I'm gonna be on Reddit later. And he's like, oh no.
That the Dark Willow kind of went on the bottom side of the fight, was controlling the supports in it,
Okay.
and the TA spent 5 or 6 seconds trying to kill this Oracle, and then he got Fate's Edict, so he popped his BKB, and then the Oracle just ulted himself,
Yeah, and started pumping heals
Yeah,
out right to
and
stay
he was
alive.
able to live, and now they're just gonna get a free Roche. Just
Do you think Miracle popped out at the right time? Because he waited a long time after Earthshaker got initiated on to jump out.
he was trying to wait till maybe one more hero to make it not obvious that he was infested. I think if
Gotcha.
a support like, or the Death Prophet or Willow or the Oracle kind of walked up closer towards him, he would pop out. But jumping this elk, you can't kill the elk.
Yeah, that's true. Especially once he has BKB, it would have
Yeah.
been too hard.
The elk just is a really fast hero right now. Whenever he pops his ult.
Liquid's gonna let him take the tier 2, it looks like. Solar Crest is up. BKB up next for Death Prophet. They do pop the glyph though. It's gonna make them think a little bit twice about it. Yeah, but when they see Miracle use that Midas like that, I'm sure they're gonna be comfortable. And Mickey's on the top lane, pushing
Gonna
things
have a
out.
Basher now finished. This guy is gonna hit really hard. Probably replacing the soul ring.
Let's see what he goes first. 20.
I think it's Cleave, right?
Yep, you're right.
Cleave.
Did go Cleave.
So I think he just went that concoction so that these early game fights that he'd be able to, you know, accomplish more than he should.
It's a big difference, right? Like 16-second cooldown versus 9 in these
Yeah.
early fights. Like
It's
you're
almost
gonna,
a 50% CDR.
you can like guarantee it 2 stuns minimum, but with the other talent or the other cooldown duration, it might not
There's a
happen.
smoke up. There's an infest on the GH life.
Can they catch GH? That's what it's gonna come down to.
They're gonna
Does he
use
get his
the axe, so he can't get a blink. A nice echo on the Auk and a global silence. He didn't get the false or the purge on the global, so Mickey's gonna be able to BKB off the global, and Weehawk TP's in.
He gets ulti too. He's still got his Aegis as well.
Yeah,
Hit GH,
Mickey's
now
gonna
GH
heal up full HP.
instantly
Miracle on the
dying.
bottom side of the fight. Terrorize on 2. Gonna push them back. They're gonna focus Miracle on the bottom side of the fight, or is he gonna focus down Koifa? Mickey's kind of alone, and Rage TV from Miracle. Mickey's cutting down the supports and the Beastmaster. That was a horrible fight for Liquid.
It was. I mean, the Echo Slam was cool. They used Global Silence, but again, it was all the focus on Alchemist, and he easily stayed alive.
And he had Aegis too. Even if they blew everything and killed this Archimist, he's gonna have Aegis.
Like, it was actually so simple for him to survive. Like, by the time he got they chain stun him, he gets BKB off, and then it's like, false promise, ulti. How are you going to get him?
We just TP'd right in front of the Auk. He has no BKB or a blink.
There's the blink, the Yules instantly.
They have detection for him. They drop the sentry. He's just gonna get stunned and killed here.
They're limited on mana at least.
I don't think it matters.
Oh my
You don't
god.
need mana when you have right clicks.
Okay, so he goes down instantly, and now
He does
that's
have buyback.
a ton of space for Alliance. Did they get the 2 bounties on top? No, Weehawk did.
He
Get
did snipe the
those.
bounties.
Those are the top 2, I guess.
They're gonna hit the bottom 2 bounties on Alliance. He's
So-
gonna have Abyssal Blade now finished on the Auk. He didn't even have his Basher.
So is he just being greedy there? Like, he got the top 2 bounties, he's like, dude, I'm going to steal all their
Yeah.
bounties. ends up dying for it instead. Gives him a 369 gold
This
instead.
Alk has just gotten 6,000 gold that he didn't have in the last fight with his full Abyssal Blade purchase now.
That's crazy.
They won a fight and he just, half their net worth advantage wasn't even there.
Looks like Alliance wants to stay on top in terms of games won here at TI. Febby, what's your take on the game so far?
Well, it's going how I planned it. This Alchemist coupled with this Oracle is going to do a lot of damage. Liquid only has single target damages, so and Oracle feels pretty great against single target damages. Apart from the mid fight where TA used the Aegis really well, his positioning has been great. So yeah, aside from the mid fight where he got rolled first, he's been doing a really great job being at the back line, not seeing first.
So it's just better, superior positioning, and maybe easier execute draft from Alliance?
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Any Alchemist draft I think right now is easier to execute. You never feel pressured.
Good
If
splashes
you pick
there.
a couple Ags heroes, like I think Death Prophet Ags is really good this game. Axe Ags is still really good, even Oracle to save people with your ult. So anytime you have Alchemist and good Ags, you feel no pressure. If the game goes 30, 40, 50 minutes, even an hour, you're going to get pumping out Ags for your team. You're going to increase your damage too. You're going to scale well, give yourself Moon Shard maybe. So I think this Alchemist game is easy to play mentally, I think.
Knowing that they're behind, Liquid wants to play to win. They're trying to pick up good fights as much as possible.
They saw Mickey TP top. Alliance needs to run right now as the smoke might catch this Boxy. A nice echo into a global. They're just going to kill him. But he's not going to care that much, I think. Insania tries to get the false promise, but they're not even going to care. He just TPs out. Quick is going to BKB, walk away.
He wanted to row Death Prophet so bad, but the Yules came out
Nice
and
Yules.
prevented it. Very safe escape from Quakefa there, and that's ultimately not the worst.
It's definitely not the worst, yeah.
They did get a catch on the Boxy, but I think that's about 3 smokes in the last couple minutes, so I think Liquid's running out of smokes or is out of smokes. And that was their only game plan to win these fights. They smoke, they catch this Oracle, they blink Echo, the Alk, and they global at the same time, so they know the Oracle is not protecting himself. And they take a big fight, because this Alk is the one scary hero right now.
He's queuing up a Satanic afterwards, actually.
I think, so he's going to feel a little bad that he is low on attack speed right now, because his 10 talent. So, as you can see, his attack speed's a little low right now.
Yeah, but once he hits 25,
Yeah.
he's going to be attacking like a madman anyways, right? So
Especially, I think, once he gets a Satanic, I believe he might look towards replacing his Radiance with a Mjolnir.
since he already has
He
cleave,
has
right?
a cleave, so he doesn't need the AoE as much. It scales better with attack speed and his hero, and since he attacks so fast, he procs a lot more. And also, being able to use the active on yourself, when there's all these different heroes attacking you, you get a lot of damage out done that way.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Miracle is now purchased a Daedalus. I think
Yeah.
Liquid's game plan right now is they have to kill at least 2 heroes, I think, in the global. Maybe 1 is enough, but
Who's the most important? Do they try to nail the cores or just clean up sports?
Death
and then
Prophet is probably the most important for them to kill right now. And it's probably the hardest if the Oracle's alive.
So why is she most important? Just because of like silence is annoying once BKBs are gone, and
If the Lifestealer gets silenced, he's going to get chased down. She has her ult does a lot right now. If she ever gets this Ags, I think she's kind of waiting right now for this Alchemist to give her an Ags. But once she gets an Ags, she does so much in the fights. She slows, she lifesteals from her spirits. And I think this Alk is important, but they can focus him down if his supporting cast isn't there.
How Liquid needs to fight is with vision. The Earthshaker and the Beastmaster needs to go on different targets. They need to go on the Axe and the Alchemist, respectively, and with the Global Silence, Oracle's not going to be able to use his ulti, and if one of them goes on the Axe, he's not going to be able to Lotus Orb and counter-initiate, and they have to kill the Alchemist within that timing.
Tia going for a Butterfly next to give some mischance for Elk, but I guess that's actually pretty useful here because he transitioned into Satanic, so now he's going to be missing a lot. It's preventing some heals.
Yeah. Boxy, I don't think we've talked about him much this game, but his axes have been phenomenal, I think. He's been getting a lot of catches. He's 9-3 and 10.
Yeah.
He's been always catching this TA, this Lifestealer, even the Beastmaster a couple times before Roar, and even in the middle of fights, he's always like chasing and following up with his heroes. So I think he's being a real nuisance.
Yeah, I think this Lotus pickup is really big too. He just picked that item up like a few minutes ago. It's gonna be really great when Kuroki presses his
X.
global.
Gotcha. Yeah,
he,
that's a good point.
he can use it on himself or even the Oracle.
That's why Liquid needs to go
Oh,
on
a nice
raid.
echo on the out. Oh, PK bead. And a Satanic, but he's just going to walk away. A nice false promise on him. He has a
gonna be
basher on
full
Alk. Bash him, bash him, bash.
Oh,
No
that was
bashes.
unlucky.
bash.
That's
But
4
Kuroki's going to
hits.
go down. Curse Crown on him. Silence on the Lifestealer, but I don't think they can catch him. He's so fast. He's going to walk away. They're going to... Oh, they're going to miss the Terrorize. They're going to try to catch up, but Blink's being cancelled by the...
Yo, this Satanic pickup was so freaking next level. Like, there's no way that he lives there if he doesn't have Satanic.
Yeah.
Because, like, typically Earthshaker does all 3 spells in a row, and the stun duration is, like, just enough. But as soon as he gets Satanic there, he had a tiny fraction of a
Where he got
second.
his BKB off.
Pops BKB, and then he just doesn't die anymore because he can Satanic and fight.
Yeah, that status resistance, it really tips off the Earthshaker players because the normal chain stun, like the muscle memory, he has to be played differently.
You have to almost, like, echo instant. Like,
Yeah,
use your
you
spells
gotta-
instantly.
You can't wait. You gotta instantly cast all your spells.
That could have been really bad, though, if Weehawk got bashed. I think that might have either forced Liquid into allowing him to die or even trying to take the fight.
You know, he was probably missing, too, actually, because he did have Butterfly there.
yes.
So
They
it
are
was
going
most
on the
likely
axe,
missing.
though.
Oh.
And he forced.
Okay. Catches him with Fissure and
Was
stuff.
he just farming the lane?
He was a bit cocky. He wanted to push mid lane into top push.
Oh.
but
He probably expected all of Liquid to be sitting top or something.
yeah.
One of those moments where you think they're going to be where you expect to go.
So Roshan is up, I believe. So I think another Aegis on either team is going to be a little more tippy than the net worth right now. Net worth's always going to be inflated with an Alk. So getting this Aegis, and yeah, Alliance knows the buyback from Axe. This is also an Axe, so it's really important for both teams.
Oh, but look how hard Miracle hits it.
Yeah,
It's gonna take it down.
gonna get everything. Doesn't get the Axe. The
Taiga's
Dark
in.
Willow?
Taiga tries to steal it.
Didn't get it.
Not successful this time.
Oh, he did.
He
He did
got
get
the-
the Axe.
Oh, huge.
Nice
Oh.
two-man
by
call on
Boxy.
both. A stun only hits. Oh, it hits both. And then Silencer goes down. He buys back instantly, but Lifestealer's going to go down his first life. We are stuck in the middle of the fight. Mika's going to hit him down. Earthshaker's trapped in the pit.
No Echo Slam for the rest of the fight. Miracle running
Miracle's
for
going to
his
just
life.
TP out, but the Weehaw's also going to get caught on the top side of the fight. Double
Okay.
buyback from both supports of Liquid.
That was an Aegis drop, wasn't I? I just assumed, I was like, he decided to give Axe to Dark Willow out of everybody.
No,
But good steal. Yeah, now the Axe being built up here. Huge fight.
Yeah, Mika, I think that's Mika's axe that he's buying right now. So he's going to give that to the Death Prophet, most likely. The Dark Willow axe is really not spectacular right now. He has
Yep.
no attack speed. If he gets once he gets 25, if he chooses to go the attack speed talent, which he might be more inclined to now that he has an axe, he can start doing some serious right clicks in the fight. But overall, really good fight. That was a nice call from Boxy. Caught the Silencer and the Lifestealer, and they were both close enough to him that the stun hit both the heroes from the Alchemist.
Or if
Yeah,
I
there we
did
go.
receive the axe, yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're going to try to push right now, force this buyback from the TA. This Alk is so strong right now. He's level 25. He has the low BAT from his ult. They could also just wait until the Death Prophet ult is off cooldown. They might not feel the need to like force right now. They're in a comfortable position. They're up 20,000 gold. When you're playing Dota and you're in this position where you just want a Roche fight, they got the Aegis and the cheese. You only had to use one buy. They use multiple buys. And you have some big ult, like Exorcism that you want to wait. You just kind of... Someone tries to usually say, take a deep breath, guys. Let's just chill. We're going to win this game if we don't do anything crazy. And I think probably someone on Alliance is kind of telling their team to just chill. You know, don't do anything crazy, Boxy. Don't try to push out mid again. And this game is looking to be in Alliance's bag right now.
Is this the part of the game where you start thinking about like some? Oh, never mind. Instant initiation on Boxy. That's their dieback, so he's going to be dead for a long time. But on the bright side, there's no Roshan up, so Liquid can possibly pressure Rex, but that's about the only advantage they can get here.
So apparently, Gunnar, somebody wasn't telling Boxy to, you know,
To not push out
not
mid.
push mid.
Yeah, and they also might get a +1 on this Oracle. They do see him with the Sentry on the hill. And I don't think he's going to false promise himself. He has no TP anyway, so he's going to try to delay for half a second.
Axe has no buyback. This could be a window here.
Oracle does have buy, so he's probably going to have to buy. Mickey does as well. 2 siege creeps pushing down the mid lane. They might have to give up a Rex. I don't know. Mickey's really confident to fight.
Miracle does hit really hard though.
Suppose
So
so.
he
Got
also has a
now.
heart.
Yeah.
So, though, from my understanding of how heart works, increases all region you get. So his feast is now 50% stronger for his healing. and his open wounds is now 50% stronger. So he just heals up a massive amount every time he hits.
So actually killing him is going to be hard. The head-to-head fight will be Miracle favored in most cases, unless he's stunned.
Unless he gets probably he needs an MKB on the Alk to be able to man fight both of them.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Is that the item he replaces Radiance with, most likely?
I think you still want the Mjolnir because of the attack speed. It also gives you like a pseudo, evasion pierce.
Radiance is so good against Earthshaker and TA as well, though.
Yeah.
It feels really hard to pass it up.
The Mjolnir is also good against TA.
Yeah, but like
it's not as good.
Stops Blink Dagger constantly, even if you're not getting damaged. That just feels hard to give up to me.
Yeah, I think he needs an item to man fight the Lifestealer, such as MKB,
Yeah.
Bloodthorn, or like even evasion on himself too, because Lifestealer doesn't have a evasion pierce.
What do you think about this? He's queuing up getting a Moonshard for himself before buying another Axe for his teammates. Do you think that's a mistake, potentially?
No, I think the Moonshard is a lot of value on him. His BAT goes down to, I think, 0.9 with the talent on Chemical Rage.
Uh-huh.
So
it's just worth like having him be the guy that tries to carry the game more or less.
A lot of the times, the cost is comparable, right? It's 4K gold to 4.2K to give an Axe. But he's the hero that he needs to win the game for his team. I don't think an Axe on Axe or Oracle is going to change the game.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good point. And Taiga already has one too, so
This can be big. Miracle is not here if Alliance chooses to jump on them.
they're doing the huge wraparound. Tricamp is likely where the Dire team stands here while they siege the enemy base, but they're not defending their towers, so it's very obvious there's
Right
smoke.
here with the call. Nice blink call or blink dodge from the Templar Assassin. But the Lotus Heals on the Beastmaster.
Can
He's
they
gonna
catch
get
him?
rooted out. Are they going to be able to catch the Beastmaster? I think he's
They're stalling time for Miracle to run over.
he is a nice echo, but the Aeon Disc from Axe, he's going to get a nice call on the Lifestealer.
McKay's in there too. Right click in the TA. He's about
So
half
he does have a cheese,
HP.
he pops the cheese, but he's going to get terrorized back. He's going to go down to the Elk, I think. There's no way they have to save him. Mind Control's going down on the right side to Taiga.
Okay, they're cleaning up.
Miracle's getting
Called by the
controlled
Axe
out
on the
so
top
much.
side of the fight.
Can he get
Dude,
out?
he can't get out.
He's
There's
got
no way he's gonna get
Roar.
bashed.
There's Roar TP. Can't get bashed.
He's
Can't
gonna
get bashed.
No bashes. Or
Really?
Wow, even with that 25 talent.
He's got
Well,
20% evasion, but yeah, that was pretty little unlucky.
there's no buyback on the Earthshaker or Echo.
I mean, that's the best thing they can hope for here. It's like, okay, we didn't also lose Lifestealer.
Yeah.
No 1v5 Rampage moment here, but he stayed alive. Now the buybacks will come as they want to keep their Rax advantage up. Tier 3 is looking likely to fall, and there's Death Prophet ulti. Good call. Pulls him back.
They're gonna try to
Abyssal
burst him through
next.
this rage. This
Can
rage is
they?
gonna add soon, but he just jumps into creep. Mekkai's gonna be able to stun that.
Jumps out the. Ooh, is this too early maybe?
There is no
Nice
rage.
call. The T is gonna buy back. The Lifestealer does have his buyback, so he's gonna be forced to buy back soon if they want to defend the Rax. But they might try to hold it without him.
Kuroki is raiding bottom though, guys. He is
Yes.
raiding
Okay,
Yes.
good for him. Let's go back to the mid
But,
lane. Oh,
but his team is being ratted at their ancient. Mekkai is just beating down buildings. Miracle's gonna be forced to buy back.
they're doing it, dude. They know Mega Creeps is not their win condition. Straight for the throne. You can't stop that.
The exorcism is out.
Mekkai
Mekkai
in
needs
trouble.
they need to get out, but Box is going to get roared on the left side of the fight. He's going to Abyssal the Lifestealer. A stun on the TA. The TA is going to get bursted down. The TA. Oh,
That's Lifestealer. Second dieback here. Now TA as well. And it looks like Alliance is going to be able to take the win this game, most likely.
GG
Throne
is
exposed, and they get the slaps in.
Alliance realizes the win condition, just goes straight for drone.
no Mega.
Megas are bad.
Megas.
Megas are bad, guys. You don't need